What's up, everyone? What's up to you guys? How you guys doing? Welcome back to another stream. Welcome back to another video on the channel. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everybody is happy after Chelsea come out with a 4-1 win, a 4-1 away win in the Conference League. They go back to winning ways, as you see in the banner that is scrolling across the screen, and as you can see in the title as well. Chelsea get back to winning ways in the Conference League. It's a good performance. There was a lot of positives, and we'll discuss that as we go through this live match review. We'll discuss the important points. We'll discuss the greatest aspects. We will discuss tactical approaches from both teams. We will discuss the approach that Maresca took, and we will also discuss, most importantly, the fact that Chelsea have been able to score 4 goals, despite the fact they've conceded a goal which could have been avoided. Poor lapse of concentration, poor defending. We'll discuss all of that. But the most important thing is that another fully rotated 11 gets the win once more. We saw that happen in the past in different cup competitions. We saw that in the prior Conference League match where, Chelsea came up 4-2 winners as well. We will discuss all of that. Give me a few seconds. We will be back after this short intermission. Right, so welcome back. I mentioned the fact that this win has a lot of value, it has a lot of importance, and we will discuss that in just a couple of minutes. I want us to quickly, divert into discussing the fact that the team was completely different. It was a completely different 11 from the one that would have started against Liverpool. That defeat that Chelsea would have had on the weekend to Liverpool. Completely different team, but they were still able to get the win when it mattered. And that's something that I want us to discuss once more. We've discussed at length on this channel, or as Chelsea fans in general, the fact that we have been able to rotate the squad, and it doesn't seem as if we've rotated the chemistry, the connection, the fluidity that we see in that team in terms of making passes, connectivity being there, and creating opportunities to score goals. We see that, and that is something that I want us to discuss right now. So at this point, we will, divert into looking at the lineup that Chelsea field, which is this. So let me know if you guys can see it as well. Let me scroll back up to here. So obviously you can see it says Chelsea FC, the official website page, rather social media page, correction. This says here Thursday Night Blues. So starting 11, you have Jurgensen as the goalkeeper, Kukurea, Disasi by the shield, and Vega coming in. Enzo starting the match and captaining the team. Dewsbury Hall complementing Enzo in the midfield. Neto, João Felix, and Mudryk would be just behind Nkunku, which would have completed that 4-2-3-1 structure. And then on the bench, you had Sanchez, which was interesting. Bergstrom, Tosin was obviously on the bench. Cassidy came on. We know that. We'll discuss all of the players that came on as well. We'll discuss even the fact that a player such as Chukwuemeka and other players did not come on, and what this could mean for them as the season progresses. What's next for certain players like Chukwuemeka? We'll discuss that, and I'm hoping that we'll get some panelists to come on as we discuss the different storylines, the different narratives surrounding certain players that did not get an opportunity to play in this match. So this is the lineup, as I said before, that Chelsea would have fielded. And I believe that, as I've said in the previous discussion of the first Conference League match that we would have played in, And even in the cup competition, I don't remember the team that we played in the Carabao Cup, I believe. But, we had a different starting 11 completely. None of the players that would have played in that prior match played in the match that we would have played. And it did not seem as if that was the case. It wasn't like a different team. It did not give that impression. So that is something that I find very fascinating. Big up to you, Jesus is King. Good to see. It's good to see you as well. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for watching, and thank you for the support. I appreciate that. So big up to you, Jesus is King. But yes, as I was saying, you know, in this match in particular, Chelsea have fielded a completely different team, and they got the job done. Players like João Felix being on the scoreline, scoring a brace, Mudryk getting on the action, and then Nkunku also. Neto being important in the goals that were scored. His creativity, his pace, his ability to do what needed to be done. Those are things that were very important in this match. And it was important that Chelsea got this win, not just for the sake of getting back to winning ways, but also to keep their chances of having a very good, start to the league structure or format that the Conference League has. We saw that, we scored 4 goals again as we scored in the prior match. However, the only difference is that we would have conceded 2 goals then. We failed to keep another clean sheet. Again, this is the 3rd match in a row that we've not gotten a clean sheet. So it's concerning in that sense because a lot of the goals that we've been conceding, they have come from a lack of concentration, poor defensive concentration. The chemistry, perhaps in that sense, wasn't really there as much. But that goal that we conceded, I mean, fair play to the opponents. They did well in terms of getting that goal, and even the beginning of the match as well. There was instances where I generally believe that we may concede early because they had an opportunity. Jurgensen was called into action very early, and it was down to the fact that he was able to, you know, claw the ball away, punch it away, get it away, and to get it away to safety as well, and help the team to not concede. So that is something that we need to perhaps discuss, and I'm hoping, as I said before, that panelists will be joining me as well, and we can dissect that aspect of it because this is going to be an in-depth analysis of what happened in this match. We need to see if certain players that would have played in this match, if they have made a statement to say that, yes, I deserve to be playing in the Premier League, and yes, I should play against Newcastle on the weekend. This is something that we're going to discuss. We're going to discuss the importance of these players, especially in the attack. Players like Mudryk, what they've done, Neto, who, at Liverpool, I don't want this to really go back to the past or what happened at Liverpool, but at the situation with Neto is that he came on in the Liverpool game. He was impactful, and in this game he was impactful from the start. His pace, the reason that we signed him, we could see why he was signed. His pace, his creativity. He's not a player that necessarily scores goals for you, so he's not going to be a talisman, but he will create for you. He'll be that playmaker. He will score goals whenever the opportunity is there, and if he will take shots if he sees fit, and if he sees that it is important to do so. However, I do believe that Neto has made a statement for himself. He has given himself a good opportunity here to really, persuade, Maresca to say that, okay, I get it, you're trying to, manage my minutes because I've had injuries, concerning injuries in the past when I was at Wolves. And you don't want that to be the case again, where I pick up an injury and then my importance will be there. Big up to you, Freddie Akiao. Please forgive me for butchering your name. I do apologize. Please don't hold that against me. I really do apologize. Freddie Akayo. If that's what your name's pronounced, that then fantastic. If it's not, then I really do apologize for that. But who scored? Right. So the first player that would have scored in this match, the 4 goals, would have been João Felix. He scored in the first half. The first half ended with it being 1-0. The second half, we started off very brightly, and I've said this in the past. Chelsea, I don't know what it is on the Maresca, but Chelsea have an excellent start to the second half every game. Especially for the last 3 games, we have done so impressively well. The Liverpool match, for example, we were able to score quickly in the second half, and that is the exact same thing that would have happened. We managed to get a couple of goals, just 3 more goals to be specific, in the first hour of that match. So we saw players like Mudryk scoring the second goal, Jafidis getting a second goal, and then a penalty would have been given to Chelsea and Nkunku getting the fourth goal. And then obviously we know that Panathinaikos, if I butchered that name, I think I generally did, um, getting that consolation goal as it turned out. And I really want to be fair. I'm gonna quickly look up the name of the player that scored for them. I hope I can pronounce it as well. But yeah, this is gonna be complicated. But Fancado Pelestri, I think he used to play for Manchester City, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is a name that looks very familiar to me. I think he used to play for Manchester City or in the Premier League. You can correct me, guys, if I'm wrong. If it's not Manchester City, it's Manchester United, one of the two. But I think I've seen this name before, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, it was 4-1. You know, goal scorers, João Felix opened the scoring. Mudryk getting the second goal. Mudryk being also important in the goal that Felix scored to open the scoring. And then obviously, and Mudryk getting that second goal, as I mentioned. The third goal was Joao Felix again getting a brace. And then a penalty, which was calmly taken by Nkunku, being the fourth goal for Chelsea, as they become 4-1 winners against Panathinaikos. And, you know, getting their second win, another 4-goal that they've scored. It was a 5-goal thriller. They've scored 8 goals in total on goal difference. It is currently 5 goals due to the fact that they conceded 2 goals in their prior match against Ghent, and they've conceded 1. So that drops it down to 5 due to goals against. So it's 5 goals on in goal difference right now. I'm gonna quickly look at the table as well, so that I can see where Chelsea are currently sitting as it relates to standings in the the league format that the Conference League has. And actually, right now, that's actually impressive. We are sitting top of the table in the Conference League format so far. So in terms of goal difference, we are leading over Fiorentina by 1 goal, and we have scored the most goals so far after 2 matches. So we've averaged 4 goals in 2 matches, which is accurate because we've scored 4 goals in 2 matches. However, as I said before, conceding 3 goals in the 2 matches, or rather 3 goals in the total of 2 matches, it has led to us not having the 8 goals difference, but having 5. But Chelsea currently sit, they currently sit top of the league table of the Conference League, as you can see now. I believe you guys can see that I'm sharing it. So yes, we are currently sitting top, which is a positive start. It's 2 matches. There's a couple matches left as well in this format. We're in the league phase, as you can see, as this says in this section. And yeah, it's a positive start to Chelsea's campaign. Obviously Chelsea are single-handedly the favorite, if not one of the favorites, to win in the competition. We've seen over the period of months before the Conference League would have started that the social media page on X was constantly sharing things of Chelsea. I had to wonder if this was a Chelsea website, Chelsea social media page, or if it was actually the official UEFA Conference League X social media page, because they were promoting Chelsea more. I guess they're trying to apply that pressure to say that Chelsea are supposedly the greatest on paper. They have the greatest squad on paper. They must be the team that will get that job done, and they should go all the way and win it, because every player that we signed, every occurred, they were pushing it, they were promoting it, they were making videos, posting videos on Nicholas Jackson scoring goals in the past, all those stuff. And that was the approach that they took. I want to quickly divert into discussing some key components. I'm gonna currently do this on my own. Panelists will be joining me in a couple of minutes. I want to quickly discuss this particular player right here, as you can see in this social media post that I'm showing from X, courtesy of Chelsea Dodgers, and he is quoting some statistics that is being given by Mozo Football, and it says Michael Mudryk registered more chance creations to the player for either Panathinaikos or Chelsea inside the first 45 minutes. Mudryk also finished the first 45 minutes as the most accurate passer, 100%, during that half. Michaela Mudrik. Let me know you guys' thoughts. Let me know what you think about this. What are your views? What are your thoughts on Mudrik's performance in this match? His performances so far this season. He hasn't started much games, but when he has started games, when he's come on, he's made little impact. And I'm happy that he got his first goal of the season, the first goal of the Conference League campaign as well. And yeah, so let me know what you guys think in the comments. 16 of you are watching right now. Let me check what the likes is looking up. Come on, guys. 16 people are watching right now. Let's get the likes up. We currently have 6 likes. Let's get it up to 16 likes. So 16 of you watching. So 16 of you guys. Come on. The 10 of you guys haven't liked already. Like the stream. Come on. If this is a very interactive stream. So let me know your thoughts. Comment your thoughts. What do you think about Mudrik's turn in form? His performances so far this season. Come on, like the stream, guys. As I said, and let me see what Jesus King is saying right here. He's saying we have to complete the set. We have to win the European UEFA Conference League. Yeah, I agree with you. I think we must. I think it doesn't, even if it's not that, but we must do it. If we don't win it, then surely that's going to be embarrassing. But yes, we have to win a trophy. It's been a while since we've won a trophy. We've gone to finals, but we've not gotten over that final hurdle and get the win to get that trophy. So let us complete the set. This is the only European competition that we've not won yet, and we're in it now. It could be a blessing in disguise. We can complete the lot, we can complete the set, and win all the European competitions that are available. We've won the Europa League already, we've won the Champions League. We've also, well, the Club World Cup is somewhat more of a expanded brand. It's not just the Europe, it's in other countries, South America, and things like that. We've also won that. We've won the Super Cup. The Conference League is the only thing that we've not won yet. So if you win the Conference League, we have completed the set, and we would have made history as the first club to win all the trophies in the European setting, the European Cup competition setting. So yes, I definitely think we need to win this competition. We're on paper, we are the favorites, so we need to live up to that expectation, that belief, and let us show that despite the fact that some people look down on the Conference League, we can complete it. Because if we don't win it, we can't say that it's just a mediocre competition because we did not win it. So as a mediocre competition, and if we're above that level, we should be able to win it. So I genuinely believe that we should do that. Give me a couple of minutes again. I will be back after this short intermission. Get comfortable and to you like the stream as well, guys. I'll be back after this short brief. All right, and we're back. So, yeah, we can move on from Mudrik, I believe. I do believe that we can move on from Mudrik. And let us talk about this player once more, Pedro Neto. Let's talk about Mudrik slightly in this as well. We're absolutely quality from Pedro Neto. This is according to CFC Pies, where he is saying the 1-2, then the pace to beat the man and put that cross in for Mudrik. Neto's best attribute is his crossing. So as we discussed before, Neto's creativity is one of the reasons why Chelsea would have opted to sign him for moves. Given the fact that I would have had injuries as well, I think that it is very important that we don't forget one of the reasons why we signed him. Yes, and a lot of fans want Neto to deliver in terms of goals as well, because the more our attackers score, the more likely we are to win matches. Because if you score more goals, the more likely you are to win matches, and the more likely you are to outscore your opponent. So Neto has also been able to, be impactful in the attack. I mentioned it earlier. So I do believe that if he continues on this pathway, I think that he will have a good, argument for Madueke, being rotated even more, and him starting over Madueke in other instances. I know fans like Jesus is King has a lot to say about Madueke as well. I know people like my good friend GFC Garvan has a few stuff that he would like to say about him as well. But Neto has proven that it's good that we have competition. We don't just have numbers, as a lot of the media loves to say that we have so much players. How are some of these players going to even train, or they're going to do this, whatever, whatever. But we have a squad that isn't just numbers, it's quality, it is competition, and it is proper depth. We have players that we have seen, especially the fact that we've rotated, as I mentioned, for probably the third time. I hope I don't sound like a broken record. We've substituted 11 players from the ones that would have played against Liverpool. We have fielded a completely different 11, and we saw that the quality did not drop. There was still the issues of defensive errors and lack of concentration, yes. So I guess the team is generally literally the same in terms of that level. But I respect the fact that Maresca was able to rotate the squad and still have a good result come out of it, or scoring enough goals to win and to go top of the league format of the Conference League is a positive thing. Obviously, there's other clubs that will be playing, so maybe we will drop if they are able to outscore us in terms of goal difference. But as it stands right now, at the time of this live stream, of this recording, Chelsea are sitting at the top of the Conference League table, and they will have to see what the other teams in the league format will do as well. So it's a positive start, as I said before, but Neto continues to show one of the reasons why he was signed. We haven't seen him at his greatest yet, but he's getting there. And I want us to discuss this wonderful, excellent French attacker, the balloon celebration lad, Christopher Nkunku. Christopher Nkunku is the current top goal scorer for Chelsea right now. He added to his tally once more, scoring the penalty and the fourth and final goal of Chelsea in this match in the Conference League. And obviously, Nkunku, I want to know your guys' thoughts. There's 12 of you guys watching. Big up to you, Chuguna. It's good to see you. I hope you're well. I hope you're good. Big up to you, Chuguna. It's always a pleasure to see fans of other clubs coming in and showing support. I respect that. Big up to you, Chuguna. And I'm going to say this right now, even though he's a Arsenal fan, go and check out the channel as well. Go check it out. He's a quality, good person. You will not be disappointed. So go over there. You can always check him out. He's respectable. He's not a one that banters Chelsea unreasonable. He's an Arsenal fan, so obviously banter is going to be there, London rival and all that. But he's reasonable. He's rational. I would say he's rational. I'm not sure if anybody else here knows Chuguna, but if you don't, I'm advising you to go over there right now. Check out this channel. You will not be disappointed. You can take it from me. So big up to you, Chuguna. Chuguna, thank you for coming in, and I appreciate the support as well. But yes, as I was saying about Nkunku, yeah, Nkunku is a quality player. We all know that injuries could have hampered, him being a part of the team in the way that he perhaps would have wanted. He made a big statement last season, and he wasn't able to live up to that. He said he wanted to compete with Erling Haaland for Golden Boot, for the top goal scorer in the Premier League. Obviously, he hasn't had that opportunity to really play from the start like that in the Premier League. But it's good. It's good that we have European competition. We have competitions that we have in the week. And I'm not sure if it's a case where he is at that level right now in terms of fitness to be able to start 2 games in close proximity. Playing against Liverpool on Sunday, and then around 3 days or so, after training and all of that, playing again. So maybe that's the case. Maybe for now we play him in this competition, and also you'll have the FA Cup, we'll have the Carabao Cup as well. So we'll have competitions. So there's nothing to worry about. I know a lot of people are concerned about certain players like Kone Chukwuemeka. We will get into players like that as we progress. This is going to be somewhat of a extended match review. We would get into your favorite players, the players that haven't gotten a chance to play in this match, and the players that were unused as substitutions as well as other players who could potentially get an opportunity, as we currently have no right back available right now as relates to this competition. We'll have to see what happens with Gusto, and but also what happens with Reece James as it relates to other matches coming up in the Premier League and all that. But Christopher Nkunku continues to impress, continues to be vital, and continues to be on the score sheet for Chelsea in a very important way. So yes, once I'm going to tell you guys, I'm looking at the likes right now, and it's not looking the brightest in comparison to the amount of people watching right now. But like the stream, guys, like the stream. That's the only way that we can continue to grow as a community. Because the Chelsea Sessions community would not exist without you guys. You guys are very important. It would be just me sitting here on the on the on the on the panel, just talking for minutes or for an hour or so every time that I'm doing a video or doing streams, or when Ayodi, my fellow co-host, is here, he'll just be talking to himself. So without you guys, this could not be possible. So like the stream, guys, we respect, we appreciate you. So, and we're just asking you to do something that is pretty free. Just like the stream, and if you're new, subscribe. Big up to you, Udu Monday. I don't remember seeing you here before. I think you're a new individual, so big up to you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for your comments. I hope you're good. I hope you're wonderful. I don't know if you're a Chelsea fan. I don't know if you're a Panathinaikos fan, but thank you for coming in. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the stream today, and that you will decide to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and you smash that like button and share as well. But yes, Chelsea versus Pana, or CHE versus Pana this night. Yes. Thank you. Yes. So that is the case. And it's a positive result for Chelsea. So I absolutely love that. I'm happy with that as well. So it's fantastic. Really, really is fantastic. But yes, we can progress. And I'm still waiting for your comments. Let me know what you guys think about Neto, Mudryk. Let me know what you think about players like Christopher Nkunku. I think we may have a general consensus on the play in terms of what we believe Nkunku is, what he stands for, what he can bring to the table. So let me know your comments. I'll give you an opportunity to, score your points in the chat. So share your points, give your thoughts. Big up to you, my good friend Tobago. Subscribe to the Cooler Shows podcast. He was doing a watch along not moments ago. I'm not sure if he's still doing a little match review as well, but go check out the channel. Don't miss out, guys. Big up to you, my good friend Tobago. I hope you're good. I hope you enjoy that match. I was there, in the latter stages of your stream. I wasn't commenting as much because I was really focusing on the match. But big up to you, my good friend. I hope you're good, and I hope you enjoyed the match. Scorers and everything. So big up to you. And as Nightbot says right here, subscribe to the Coolest podcast. This is the link. It'll take you just a 3 clicks, I believe, probably less. So just like the stream, like his, watch along. I believe it's probably ending now. If it's not, then you can correct me, Tobago. But you can, go over there, give that video or stream a like, and subscribe if you're new. He's almost there. He's almost at 1,000 subscribers. Getting there. I think he's around 8 subscribers away from 700 subscribers to go subscribe. Yeah, please kindly subscribe to his channel as well. So yes, Tobago, I want to know your thoughts on Christopher Nkunku as well, Neto and all of that. So yeah, and he's saying hit the like button, people, and subscribe to the channel. So yeah, appreciate that, Tobago. Appreciate that. So what are your thoughts, guys? 25 people are watching now. Thank you guys so much. I still not see the likes going up though. I don't know what's going on, guys, but please like the stream. We need heroes. We need the algorithm to be pushed. So 25 of you guys are watching right now. Like the stream, guys. Comment your thoughts. Tobago in particular, what are your thoughts on Nkunku's performance, Mudryk, his turn in form, Neto, and all of that? We will discuss other players as well. But let me know your thoughts, guys. What your thoughts on the players we've discussed so far? I would love to hear from you guys. Yeah, so I'm gonna give you the guys, the chance to respond there. But once I'm gonna say, you guys need to like and subscribe. We need to get the community to grow, because without you, as I said before, we cannot go anywhere, and we cannot progress any further without your support. And as I said before, this will just be me talking for minutes to myself and sound like a crazy person. So if you guys weren't here, it would not be the same. But I want us to quickly discuss the Sassy after I, bring up what Tobago says right here. He says Neto first half performance was not good, but during the second half he was good. I agree with you. He wasn't the greatest in the first half. I think he needed the first half, to really get sharp. He wasn't the greatest. He wasn't horrible. He wasn't just poor to watch, but he wasn't the greatest. So yeah, I agree with you. Second half he was very impactful. And yeah, Nightbot doesn't like Jesus is King. I do apologize for that. Nightbot is not a human being. He is very trigger happy. He loves to, time out people, give warnings and tell them to stop spamming emotes. I know you're not spamming emotes, it's three blue hearts, which, I don't know. Nightbot doesn't really like people here. I appreciate, showing that love as well. Tobago is saying here as well, Misha, my man of the match. Yeah, I agree with you. I think he was the man of the match. And Jesus is King is saying the Sassy needs to be sold. Interesting enough, I'm going to discuss this Sassy right now, and I'm going to share this item right now as it relates to his current situation in terms of getting booked. So this is according to CFC Daily, who is currently saying that the Sassy is one yellow card away in the Conference League from a one-game suspension. Three yellow cards in the league phase equals a one-match ban across both games. He is the only Chelsea player to be booked. That is very interesting. And Jesus is King. You're saying that he needs to be sold to needs to be sold together by the Shield. Okay, so you're saying both should be sold. Well, you know what? I was already giving my views on all of this. I've already said that I'm very disappointed in terms of what I'm seeing from by the Shield. I don't know what's going on. For me, from he got injured, I believe last season or the season prior to that, he hasn't returned the same player. He was quality. He was a player that I said, yes, if he continues on this pedestal that he's on, he could be the ideal, replacement for Silva when he leaves the club. And I don't know what's going on. But the Shield has disappointed me. This Sassy hasn't really been consistent, and it's concerning to me generally because I don't understand what's going on with these players. They start off so well. They start off so vibrant, so excellent, and then as they progress through their Chelsea career, they start to perform poor and poor and poor, and it's really concerning to me. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, you're saying that it looks like it's a mental thing. Probably, you never know. Psychology is something that we need to think about. We think about these players as just players who make thousands of dollars, or pounds or whatever currency that you're fancy with. But at the same time, football can be draining. Competing, weekly, it can be draining. It can be a lot when you're not playing matches, when you have to be competing with other people. Not every player is fun. They fancy that, or they love to have to be fighting for position. I'm not saying that that's the case for the Shield, but it could be mental. It could be a case where coming back, the expectations and all of that. We never know. And big up to you, DJ. It's been a while, man. How are you doing, my friend? DJ, it's been a long time since I've seen you here. Big up, Ty. Hope you're well. Big up in the comments. Smash the like and subscribe. An excellent win tonight. Neto, Felix, Enzo, Mujik, Alex. Excellent tonight. Big up to you, DJ. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you, finding the time to come in the chat and share your thoughts. Big up to you, man. It's been so long, man. I haven't seen you in a while, so it's good, man. Big up to you, DJ. Thank you for coming in the chat and sharing your 2 cents on the performances of the players that are here. I want us to go on to another item here, courtesy of our good content creator here, or he when I say content in terms of tweets, CFC Pies, he's the one that gives you the up-to-date news as well as Vince Blue Footy, other people. But CFC Pies says here in his opinion that tonight could have been one of those games where we slipped up. Early kickoff, tough away ground, extra added motivation for them, but we didn't. And that's so important for character and confidence building for this group. Really impressed with Maresca so far. So yes, what do you guys think? What are your opinion on the situation? So let me know, you guys. Let me know your thoughts, guys. And I'm joined here with my good friend Bobby. Big up to you, Bobby. Thank you for joining. How are you doing, Bobby? It's good to see you. I know you're on, Tobago's watch along, so it's back to back. You're on a marathon right now. So how are you doing, Bobby? It's good to see you.
Yeah, big up, Ty. I got cut off from Tobago's. I had an incoming call, so it always cuts me off
Yeah,
the stream. I hope he doesn't call back because I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, it's good to speak with you. Thank you for having me on. What
yeah,
can I say? Look, a win is a win is a win, and it's an important thing that we've won. I like this competition. I really do. I think this competition for the stage of the development with which we find ourselves affords us the opportunity at these early stages to exercise the depth of the squad, to get everybody playing because they are playing at least once a week because of the competition, and to get them all used to what the manager wants to do in terms of how the manager wants to play, and to get them integrated amongst themselves and prepared to be rotated with the, for want of a better word, the first squad. And it's such a good building process that we need. I don't think as a squad or as a team we'll be fully ready till about December time, but all this helps and all these games help. You know, we also get to see the strengths and the weakness of the squad. And the manager himself also gets to know how to use the squad efficiently. So it's all good. It is all good. You know, the one weakness I think we did have in the certainly in the first half was the midfield lacked ball winners. You know, Dewsbury Hall is not a ball winner. Enzo, well, playing him, he played as defensive midfielder. It's not really his strength, is it? So we have known clearly now that you know very much. You know, you put Cassidy in, you get more out of that thing because he can play DM quite efficiently. And of course, Carney, I like him. He's only playing him 10 minutes now these days, but I would play him well, ahead of Dewsbury Hall. But all in all, it's good. We've got Tyreek George coming on. The kid has to learn, perhaps he dribbles a bit too much. He's got to learn how to utilize his space better, when to take the shot, when to take the pass, and it will come. He's only what, 18? Aching Pong, well, it's quite clear his is a money grab. It's not about game time because he would be getting the appropriate game time in matches like this. Look, all in all, we can be pleased with the performance. I like the way the manager really is trying to get the best out of certain players that were underperforming. Modric certainly, look how he is with Noni. He pushes them. He celebrated Modric's goal more than João Felix's goal. It's not that he isn't happy with João Felix's goal, but he knows what it means to Modric in terms of his confidence, in terms of him playing better. And in each of these games, he gives him the full 90 minutes. Yeah, Felix was given the same, but Felix needed it in terms of his match fitness. So look, it's a worthy exercise. The important thing is to keep winning while we are improving and developing. And so far, he's been doing that. These competitions, they offer the opportunity for that, but it's a very good exercise. The goalkeeper, yeah, he was okay. I felt sometimes he needs to be able to come out and claim the ball more if I really want to be picky. But largely it was a good, comfortable exercise. And so we now roll on to the Newcastle game, which is a big game for us and a game that we have to show our strength. And I think the way this team is going, they don't have much to fear from anybody. They really don't. They weren't too far away from Liverpool. Just a little bit more clinical finishing. They certainly, as a first game, weren't too far from Man City either. And yeah, they will do well, this team. Maybe one or two more additions could be included, but so far so good, really. You have to applaud what's going on at Chelsea at the moment.
Yes, thank you, Bobby. You said a lot of value there, and that's good. And you mentioned something I mentioned earlier in the show. Um, it's good. You mentioned this early on Coach's channel. It shows perspective earlier as well when you mentioned that depth is important, and you can't rely on single 11. And as I said earlier in the show, this is probably the fourth time I'm saying it so far in the show. It's good when you have that depth where you can rotate 11 players. You feel a completely different squad from goalkeeper to attackers, and you still have a result like this. It's a good exercise. It's a good competition, and as you said, it's a competition that you can like because it expectations are obviously going to be high in terms of being on paper the favorites, but in terms of the well, I don't play the teams in the conference league, but in terms of the competition. You can give some players who may not play in the Premier League or they need to get more minutes the opportunity to play in this game where the pressure is not necessarily that high. The pressure they will have is to try to make a statement for themselves to say that okay, I should be playing over these players. I made mention of Neto, for example, which I can understand why he's not playing from the first minute in the Premier League in terms of fitness and concerns about his injury record. But in terms of competing with Madueke, for example, or Amuji competing with Sanchez or vice versa, it's important that we give these players the opportunity to, play 90 minutes or, 65 minutes, 75 minutes, and, show what they can do as we progress through the season. And we need the depth. And as you mentioned in other shows as well, we have to hope that injuries don't really hit us because people don't play the effect that injuries can, you know, impact a team. So it's important that we take that into consideration. But yeah, thank you for sharing and big up to you, DJ. Thank you for joining the panel. It's good to see you. Big up.
Big up to you, Ty. Big up to you, Bobby. Big up to everyone in the comments. How you
Yeah,
guys all
big
doing?
up,
You all good?
DJ.
You all good?
Yeah, DJ.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
and
good
a
to
result like this.
speak with you.
Oh, mate, no, it's good to chat with you guys again. It's been a while, and I've just been so busy with work and stuff. Still, obviously trying to watch all the Chelsea games while I'm at it as well. But it's like thing work, and then having come home, it's family. So it's just one of those scenarios. But I still try to jump on. I still watch your streams. Don't worry about that. I'm not very always not in the comments or making comments, but I'm always there listening to you guys. Don't worry about that. But in terms of us tonight, I mean, again, what can I say? He puts out a different 11 we perform. It seems like this, and the thing is, what I'm liking about these guys is these players actually enjoying this competition. None of them are actually looking at this competition and thinking, you know what, I'm playing in a third-rate European trophy, playing in a European trophy competition trophy, third-rate one, but they still go out there to perform. And you know what? I tell you what, if we can go all the way in this competition, guys, that's the lot. I'm not, I don't want to speak beforehand too much, but beforehand on saying that. But if we can go and win, if we can play like we've been playing and go on this winning streak again in Europe, I tell you what, guys, we win this trophy. That's all the trophies on the table for the European. The only club to ever done that. I mean, that's in itself should be something the players should be thinking about. But as for tonight's performance, what can I say? Felix, excellent. Modric, I thought was brilliant tonight. Enzo had a good game in midfield. For me, obviously George. I thought George when he came on, the only thing the kid did not do tonight was score, and I felt so for him because he was trying to get that goal tonight. And then Disassi. I mean, do you guys remember that run with Disassi and his shot saved by the goalkeeper and the smirk he gave after that? Even he was trying to score tonight. They were all at it tonight. Every single one of them to get that goal. Obviously, we didn't keep the clean sheet. Obviously, gutted about that. And I think that's the only thing I worry about, guys. I think for me, we got an excellent team all around. I think the only thing that worries me is our goalkeepers. I think that's the only two things that could possibly maybe let us down near the future or near the time because they are conceding some stupid sloppy goals and that could cost us in games. I mean, I don't know what your guys takes on that at all, but for me that's my only concern. And maybe sometimes the centre backs have a bit of a lapse of concentration at the back, and that can cause issues as well. But other than that, I think the team generally is just all good all round. We get a striker say in January and complete the whole lot. I mean, that'll be even excellent. I mean, again, I don't know what you guys' thoughts are on what I said about the defense and the goalkeeper. I think that's my only worry, is the concern is the goalkeepers.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I have to say, I don't think the goal was the goalkeeper's fault. I
Not
think,
tonight, not tonight, not tonight, Bobby. No. Yeah, go on.
yeah, I mean, they have. If I don't know, it's been a little bit iffy with them. I accept. Tonight it was a sort of right back issue.
Yeah,
Bless him, Tyreek George wasn't really in position to stop that run. But if you want to be, I don't know. I just think, yeah, they could have done better with the goal,
mm,
and should have done better with the goal. My concern with Jorgensen was he didn't have a bad performance. It's just that sometimes, if I want to be picky, I would like to see him come out and claim the ball.
yeah, 100%.
He does it if it is within his 18-yard box, he does it. I understand why he's concerned about venturing out, because you can get caught. But a solid, confident, deliberate goalkeeper will come out a little bit beyond that 18 sometimes, and claim the ball. Maybe that's his instruction. Don't come and claim anything outside the 18. Leave it to the defenders. Yeah, that's fine. But that's where your point about the centre backs, they need to be a bit more authoritative if they're going to clear from there. I would rather see a row Z than all this trying to trap it. And I know that's the Maresca way, but
100%. Yeah,
they haven't quite perfected that. But it's not a bad performance against the sort of team you need to have this exercise with.
yeah,
And we have a lot to be happy with this.
definitely.
I'm glad the development is taking this path. I'm glad we're in this competition, because it's just tailored such that we can allow our youngsters to learn and to integrate and to become that depth and that rotational unit that we're going to need to be going forward.
Yeah, I also think the competition suits Mudryk to the ground as well, because the kid's been getting a lot of, as you know, guys. And I know there are a lot of us. I think there's a few that have been going about Mudryk's performances, but I think this competition does his wonders good as well. I mean, I'm not saying this is his level, but at least it takes less pressure from the Premiership, doesn't it? I think for me, and I think if he can go on a performance like that, like he did tonight, I thought he was absolutely excellent tonight. I really did. I thought, even his goal, even tonight. I mean, obviously, he was part of all. I think he set up two of the goals, and he obviously scored a goal as well tonight. I mean, that's going to do his confidence a world of good as well. I mean, what your guys' thoughts on Mudryk tonight?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree. Pedro Neto, in the first half, was a little bit weak, shall I say. He kind of made up for it with the cross for Mudryk to score, but I don't know what's going on there. I think we can expect a little bit more from him, but it hasn't been too bad, because I felt this whole ball winning situation that we lacked, especially in the first half, was not just coming from the midfield, but it was coming from the flanks. He and Modric were getting skinned too much at that time. In fact, João Felix's goal was made and finished by him. It was his excellent header to Modric. Yeah, you have to be fair to Modric that he was able to pass the ball back, but the pass back wasn't an easy one to latch onto and finish. So that was all down to João Felix, that first goal. But hey, this is why we have these games. This is why they have to play these games. And it's these games that will make them better players.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, to answer your question, DJ, yeah, I mean, as Bobby said, and I carry disagree with what Bobby said there. It wasn't the greatest, especially in that first half. But as I mentioned earlier in the stream, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what Maresca is doing. I don't know if it's the team talk at halftime. But whenever we come on for the second half, it's like it's a completely different team. I don't know what's going on, but it, especially the first 3 minutes, usually we come out and we either score a goal or we show that okay, the second half is probably ours. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but that's been the case. But yeah, as Bobby said, the opportunities that he created, yes, it's assists, yeah, but they weren't the greatest. You can't take away credit from that. You have to be able to distribute the ball well, and I mean, he did good enough, and he was impactful. He was influential in the goals that we scored. He was important in 3 of the 4 goals we scored, so you can't take that away from him. I just want to quickly um discuss what Jesus is King is saying right here. He's saying, I can't get enough of that name. That the name just sounds so nice to say. Um Maresca has surprised me big time. I think he's saying we are a world-class goalkeeper, top Zoba, and a goal scoring winger like the Napoli guy away from winning the EPL. I know what you guys think. I don't know about that centre back option, but what do you guys think about what he's saying here?
All right, Bobby, go on, Bobby. You want to answer, bro? Sorry.
What's this? What he's saying?
Right. So he's seeing that Maresca has surprised me big time. We are a world class goalkeeper. He's saying the centre
You
back that he would like us to sign is Top Zoba
just tap
and a
sober.
goal scoring winger. Top Zoba. I generally don't know how to
Yeah,
pronounce these guys' name. I feel horrible when I
yeah,
pronounce it. And a goal scoring winger away from winning the Premier League.
yeah. Kasheveli, is it Kasheveli from Napoli, the winger, the Georgian winger.
Probably.
I think he's talking about. Yeah. Go on,
Yeah.
Bobby. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with that. I'll let you elaborate on it because I hear him. You know, I see what he's saying. I'm not sure what to add to that.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, DJ?
Yeah, I can go along with what he's saying on there. I love the name, by the way. Jesus is King. That's an excellent name. Big up to him, by the way, in the comments. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can understand what he means, but I think what he's saying there is I think we need a world-class goalkeeper. I think that's what he's trying to say on there. We need a world-class goalkeeper. I think what he's basically saying is we're basically more or less a world-class goalkeeper, a centre back like Tisoba and this Georgian winger, Kashevela, I think his name is. Away from winning the Premiership, we have those 3 players in our team, more or less. I think is what he's trying to say on there. And he's right. I mean, all 3 players. The two he's talking about Tisoba, the defender, and the Napoli winger. Excellent. I mean, they're excellent. I mean, I don't know if you've had a chance to see the guy play for Inter Milan. But he's not Inter Milan, sorry. Not Inter Milan. Who's he play? Who did Osimhen come from?
Are you saying
Who's Osimhen's Italian team? He plays for
Napoli.
Osimhen's team. Napoli. Yeah, he plays for Napoli. Yeah, if I don't know if you guys have seen the guy play, the winger from Georgia. What a player he is, mate. I think he's worth around about 150, 200 billion, I think, to prize him more or less away from Napoli. Now, whether if we get into the Champions League next season, I don't see why maybe these owners might decide to go and buy a player of his caliber. Who knows? But don't be surprised if we go back in for Liao. I do believe in the summer. I think if we do go for a winger again, that was to happen. But yeah, I get what he's saying in terms of his comments. So yeah, we can get those 3 in. Yeah, 100% we can win the EPL. I also add a goal scorer to that as well. For me, I think we still need a goal scorer. I mean, Nkunku and Jackson are good, but you bring in someone like the guy from Porto. Sorry, not for Porto, from Sporting Lisbon, Gukeres, or you bring in an Osimhen. I don't see why we won't be far away from challenging for the Premiership next season. 100% agree on that.
Yeah, yeah. Big up to you, Owen. Thank you for watching. Big up. But yeah, I want to go down to this comment here because I think I know what what Tobago is trying to do here. But he's singling you out, DJ, and he's saying, "What are your thoughts about Ed Maresca so far?"
The coolest podcast Tobago would know. I think you would know this as well, Tigers. I think you've got this.
Yeah,
I've always said Maresca's an excellent manager. I think he'll come in and do well. I just said that the owner's going to back him, but I don't think he's trying to wood you. I think he's asking my thoughts on him. I think he's been excellent for us. I really do, and I said it. in all the streams that I've gone on leading up to when he joined. Yeah, I had my little doubts about him because obviously he was coming from Leicester, but the only thing that was keeping me thinking about him was he's got the Pep DNA in him because he's come from not only has he learnt from Pep Guardiola, who's one of the best ever managers out there in the world, but he's also learnt from your Agi Sakis, he's learnt from Ancelotti, he's learnt from all these kinds of managers, and he's bringing his own management skills in as well. So the guy has literally more or less got the experience. And for me, since he's come in, I think he's been excellent. He's been a breath of fresh air. I think we were very unlucky against Liverpool on Sunday. I was at that game, by the way. I was at that game on Sunday as well. Managed to get tickets to go and watch them at Anfield, yeah, on Sunday. And I tell you what, we were very unlucky not to get something out of that game. We were really not. But but I've been very impressed with him, and long may it continue.
Hang on, guys. I have to drop for a second and answer an incoming call, please.
No problem, Bobby. No problem. No problem. No worries. But yeah, I want us to quickly, look at what this item here from Chelsea Dodgers is.
Yeah.
Enzo Maresca on the game, he's saying that it has been a very good performance. We struggled at the beginning of the game, and then we adjusted. We weren't pressing off the ball. We made some adjustments, and it was much, much better. The most important thing is that no matter how many changes, you can see the identity. It is quite clear. I'm not going to repeat what I've been saying for like 5 times now about the depth, but yeah, I don't know what I don't know what I don't know what you if you want to add anything to this, DJ.
Nah, listen, mate. I go along with what you've just said on that, Ty. I think he's always going to be good, happy with the performance, But again, in the beginning, he said we struggled at the beginning of the game, and then we adjusted because let's be real here, Ty. Yeah, I do believe in the first, what was it? The first seconds, was it 50 seconds? Like they could have scored a header, and our goalkeeper saved it. So that we could have been
Yeah.
1-0 down before before the first 2 minutes. In the first 2 minutes. So
Yeah.
I mean, look, but then we adapted after that. I mean, look, we took obviously the crowd was a bit. Let's be real here. I mean, also with all, sorry, man, I was watching the Man United game as well. What's going on? And Fenerbahce should have equalised. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, bro. We should, like I said, in the very beginning of the game, we could have been 1-0 down. Obviously we withered that. We came back into the game ourselves. We started creating ourselves, and we ended up getting our goal. And then after that, it was like more or less, second half came off, as you said, started the second half, bro. And it's like you said, I don't know what he obviously told him what he told him in the dressing room, but clearly he told them something, and they just come out and just completely rip that team apart. And I think we just let our foot off the gas then. I think afterwards, after we got the 4 goals, I think the players kind of set back. When I say set back, they were attacking obviously, but the goals were just, for whatever reason, we were not scoring. And it just allowed Panathinaikos to come back into the game after that, and they got that 1 goal. But nah, I agree with what Maresca's saying on that. But we won, bro.
Yeah.
So we can't complain.
Yeah. Yeah. Big up to you, Garvin. Thank you. I know you're
Big up.
probably, at work or something, or you're probably on the road. Big up to you. I appreciate finding the time to just drop a comment. Big up to you. BBC Gary Rose, I think that's his name. Joe Felix and Michael Yamujic were the standouts as the pair combined well and helped themselves to some goals and assists. Yeah, I have to be honest. I think that pairing could be a influential pairing for us as we go throughout the season. I think they've linked up in other games as well. So I think correct me if I'm wrong, but when was Felix at the club when Mujic was there, or was he here the season before?
We got Madrid. No, we got Felix. No, I think he was at the club. Yes, I think he was, because he came. Was it under Potter? He came under Potter, didn't he? It's only when and Mudryk came when Potter was our manager. So when our old manager came in, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name at the moment. It just shows you how quickly football goes. How quickly I've forgotten about him. Yeah, when he came in, the ex-Tottenham manager came in. Actually, put it that way. He didn't want Felix, did he? It was an opportunity for us to get him, but he didn't bother to go for him. So Pochettino didn't want to get him. So Yeah, and then obviously we went and got him, and I think they were together in under Potter.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean it's good, you know, as you said, I don't want it to be a case of repeating ourselves, but yeah, in terms of the attack, yeah, it's a good pairing. I mean, obviously Mojic was influential in the goals that Felix scored, but yeah,
Yeah,
I was hoping that I would have gotten Bobby's thoughts before he got to leave, but because I know that he's a very big fan of Dewsbury Hall. He's actually
yeah.
not, but yeah.
I know he isn't.
So I think yeah. So I wanted this thoughts because there's people like Carney Chukwuemeka who, you know, is not really getting what's the song, a sniffing in terms
Nah,
of getting games. So
yeah.
I wanted to get his thoughts because I know that he's a big advocate for Carney, and you know I think a prediction
So
was
am
made
I,
on
bro.
coaches.
So am I. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
So am I.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was very fond of him. I mean, he was the first player profile video I did on the channel as well, and you know, I was really looking forward to what he was going to do. And then, you know, that injury really messed up his chances. You know, he that's what you call having bad luck, because he scored in the game against West Ham. Then about a couple minutes later, he got injured, then he was out. So that's what you call being bad luck, because
Hundred percent.
that was unfortunate for him. But yeah, I mean, in terms of Dewsbury Hall, I want to get your
Yeah.
thoughts. I want the chat to also give their thoughts as well. What do you think about Dewsbury Hall? He hasn't had the greatest start to the season. What do you think about his performance in this match?
I think he's come on. I think he's come on his own now, Ty. I think he had an excellent game in our last European game. I think he scored in that game as well against Ghent. And I think he's actually done pretty well. I'm not going to lie. I think I had my doubts about him when he first came, but then I saw him. I actually thought under Maresca for Leicester, he was actually one of their standout players for Leicester. The only thing he had against going in for him was injuries, wasn't it? And but he obviously, when he obviously Chelsea bought him, his career started off slowly at Chelsea, slow as so some of our players seem to be when they first join Chelsea, and then all of a sudden they get into their own. I think he'll get into his own, but like we said, I think he just needs obviously more game time, and I don't think he's going to see much game time in Prem matches. I think you'll see more in the cup games as we're seeing now. I think later on down the line when his fitness is fully up there, then Maresca's going to have a headache on him, mate, because I can't believe the likes of Felix, Nkunku and players of that ilk, when they're fully fit, along with Neto as well, you can bet your bottom dollar bill they're gonna be knocking at the manager's door towards the last lot of, especially after January or near the January time, they're gonna be knocking at the manager's door thinking, look, when am I gonna get a taste of the action in the first team for Premiership games? And I think that's the only thing, that's the only thing that we have to be aware of. But hey, we've got a big squad, bro, so it's game time for everyone. But again, but as going on back to Dewsbury Hall, I think he's actually been pretty good for us. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, the tweet that I have up right now says otherwise. I mean,
No, he's not
I
better.
hope this person.
He's not better. It's right. He's not better than
Yeah, he
Chukwuemeka,
said
bro.
Dewsbury Hall
He's
is
not.
not better than Chukwuemeka. It's actually
100% agree on
baffling
that.
how any professional in the football industry thought this would be a good signing. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say he's been a bad signing. He hasn't been the brightest, but at the same time, he hasn't really played
Squad player.
much. He hasn't started much matches, so I think that's kind of harsh to say that it's not a good signing. I mean, it's depth, and we need that depth. And I mean,
It's
it's not like
100%, bro.
he's made. Sorry.
Go on, 100% agree with you. Go on, carry on. Sorry, mate. I was just listening to you. I think I'm cutting out signal wise, bro. And I think sometimes what I'm doing is when you're talking, I'm talking over you. Is I think maybe some of my signals coming to me, but what do you call it? But sorry about that, bro. Go on, carry on.
Yeah. Sometimes StreamYard does that. I mean, because sometimes you're talking and like I don't like there's a delay and I can't tell that
Yeah,
you're talking as well. So I'm hearing what you're saying, but it's after a couple of seconds. But yeah, I think it's kind of harsh to say that he's not a good signing. I mean, as you mentioned, you know, and I think that's one of the reasons why Maresca would have wanted him, is because Dewsbury Hall was one of the key players, if not the key player. I think he was a talisman as well. I
yeah.
think he was influential for them in that midfield. So I think that's one of the reasons. But you know, I think probably Bobby would have argued this as well. In term, I don't know if it's a case of a bigger demand in terms of the fact that the squad is more competitive in comparison to what Leicester City had last season. And well, I'm not sure about their squad now, but I know like
Mm.
players like Ndidi, his role was not necessarily just being defensive; it was more
Yeah,
offensive as well. So I think the competition is there. You have players like Chukwuemeka, who you have to rival for that starting position. You have Lavia, even though Lavia is more of a somewhat of a in between a 6 and an 8, and usually Hall is
yeah,
not necessarily a defensive midfielder, but in the midfield is more competitive. You have Caside, who is perhaps not going to start much games over like a Caside or a Lavia or Enzo, but
yeah.
in terms of rotating, it's more competitive. So probably that's the case, but I don't know. I don't know what Bobby would have said about this. But yeah, what do you think about the situation with Chukwuemeka though? We touched on it slightly moments ago,
Yeah.
but what do you think about those situations? Do you think he's getting unfair treatment? Because a lot of fans, especially on X, are saying that he's being treated unfairly by Maresca.
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't know whether he's being treated badly by Maresca, but I think what's gone against the poor kid, and I'm a massive fan of it. I was so happy when we signed him from Villa, because when I was seeing him play for Villa, he looked excellent. Every time I saw him come, he used to come on either as a substitute or start games for Villa. He was either scoring a goal or was making something happen for that team. And I thought if he comes into Chelsea, yeah, we're getting a good kid for the future. Again, it's the same old thing, isn't it, Ty? He's got that bad injury, okay, and that's kind of like slowed his season again. And they obviously don't seem to be the same player when you come back. But what he's got on his side at the moment is young. He's young still, and what we don't want to ever happen in a situation is we don't want him to hope from. We don't. What we don't want to see him happen is he starts playing and he gets injured. Starts playing, gets injured, and he's out and out. And again, it happens. It goes on. Like we had the same situation for Reece James. What a player he is, and but injuries has plagued his career, and at the moment now he's come back into the fold. I thought he was excellent against Liverpool, and he played for a start after so many years. After how long? I thought he'd done pretty well against Liverpool. But going back to the Chukwuemeka thing, mate. I mean, look, I hope to God he can catch his full fitness. I really hope we don't end up selling him on, because I know Milan are massive advocates of him, and apparently Barcelona want him as well. So these are not two small teams, mate. We were talking about one of the biggest clubs in Spain, and probably one of the biggest teams in Italy that want him as well. So that's something we may have to, but that could happen in January if he's not getting much game time. Maybe they loan him out. He might go and get a loan move to one of those two teams, but don't be surprised if he gets a loan move to one of those two teams. I don't think he's going to come back to Chelsea, because I think both those two teams will make his move a permanent position there if they were to get him. And I hope that doesn't happen, because I think there's other players in that Chelsea team, that in that midfield that could probably go, probably you could probably sell on rather than him. I don't know what your thoughts are on that at all, bro. And I'm not talking about
Yeah,
Lavia, Caicedo, Enzo, or Santos, or players of that ilk. There are other players in that midfield that possibly could go ahead of those guys. That could leave ahead instead of Chukwuemeka.
yeah. I mean, that's the case. I mean, I touched on this earlier in the stream. The media will say that we have so much players. I mean, obviously, the numbers would have been trimmed after some went on loan or some left on a permanent note. But
Yeah,
they will say that we have a lot of midfielders and we're signing more. So in terms, or not only midfielders, but we're signing a lot of players, and they don't know. I remember when Carragher, I think he was saying that where are they gonna trade? Where are they gonna be enough space for them to have in
yeah,
the locker room, like, and all those stuff. So I get it. Well, I don't want to say there's surplus to necessity or anything like that. But in terms of if you want to move on players and you want to get some funds, and there are
yeah,
other options. I mean, it hasn't worked out for quite a number of them. So I think that's unfortunate. But I don't I hope that he gets an opportunity to get more minutes. I mean, I think there's a plan for him. I know obviously the season is still young. There's a lot of things. I'm not wishing any injury on any player, but sometimes things can happen and you get that opportunity when you don't expect it. So
yeah,
we have to see what happens. But I can share the sentiment that you have. I share the sentiment that Bobby also has about Chukwuemeka. I was very excited when we signed him. I thought he was going to be a promising player for us, and he could still be that. But injuries have really messed up his chances, man. I generally think is unfortunate. I don't know. A lot of these players' career, you mentioned James, is hampered by injuries, and we never really get to see them go to their highest potential or fulfill their potential. So I hope that won't be the case for him, because he generally is a player that he can offer a lot, and he can be very, very impressive as well. So I hope that won't happen with him. But yeah, Jesus King is saying this. For a player like Kygo, who does not make it, oh my goodness, make it to the top 10,000 defenders of all time, he talks too much about. Yeah, I
Hundred
mean, I
percent,
think he
bro.
has a love hate relationship. Yeah, I think he has a love hate relationship with the club, and I don't know why.
Nah, bro. He every time I hear this guy on Sky Sports when it comes to Chelsea Football Club, all the man ever does is puts us down. And you know what? I got no time for play. Like I got no time for people like him. To be honest with you, don't get me wrong. The guy's done good in his career. Brilliant centre back, whatever you want to call him. Whether I want to put him in the brilliant categories, another thing. I don't know. But good centre back for Liverpool. You know, worry about your club, bro. Worry about the players they have not signed. Yeah, don't go on about Chelsea, yeah, because like a lot of the Liverpool fans, especially him. I think when we got Lavia and we got Caicedo, the man thought, yeah, it was going to be easy for these players to go because why? Because my team's playing Champions League and Chelsea are not. But what people have got to realise is that Chelsea, we won we're not a team that have been trophyless, right? We're a team that won the Champions League in 2021. Yeah, and yeah, we've not won anything maybe after that, apart from obviously the Super Cup and the Club World Cup. Yeah, but we're still a team that players want to come and play for, regardless of our situation and circumstances. We are a big pull for players, and players still always want to come and play for us. And the fact that we are getting these players, and it's annoying Carragher, yeah, it just tells you the kind of guy and the kind of man he is. He's just all he is. He's a bitter guy. He's a bitter guy because his club are not signing the players that he wants to see, and all the players that his club wants to go that he wants to see come to Liverpool or want to come to Chelsea or go somewhere else. So, don't get me wrong. Liverpool have had a good start to the season under Slot. I'm not going to lie. I think obviously his football is not as good as probably Klopp's is, but his football's slightly different. It's not the old, like what Klopp used to like the old what they used to call this, the rock and roll football like Klopp used to play. But his football is good and he's doing well for Liverpool. But the fact that he's not signed any players in the summer of last summer, I mean, that for myself, people say, oh, it's good for us because we don't, it's what do you call it? We don't need to sign anybody. But hey, they get any injuries in that Liverpool team, yeah, they're not going to be challenging for anything next season. Like I said though, for us, because we're still a pull for these clubs, for these players, a lot of players like Graham Carragher are always going to show hate on us, bruv. But they're always going to show hate on us. Unfortunately, it's what it is, bro. It's how they are.
Yeah, that's 100% true. And Jesus is king. No, every time I say Jesus is king, it just makes me smile.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
Jesus is king
it's
is
true.
saying, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Jesus king is saying Carney needs to make a move to Serie A with a buyback clause or sell percentage because he's a serious baller. So I suppose Jesus is king is, oh my word, every time. Oh my gosh. I think he's probably giving into that view that perhaps we may have to move Carney along. I'm not saying that if it's going to benefit his career, then perhaps that he won't get that chance at Chelsea. I hope he will, but as DJ mentioned, there are other options that we could move on that are I think would be higher on the well, I don't know say chopping block, but if you want to sell players, there's other players you could sell before it gets to that point. But if it's a case where it benefits his career in terms of getting more minutes or developing as a player even further, then I'll be for it because I don't want his development to be hampered or to be reduced or to have some sort of hindrance due to the fact that he's at the club and he's just sitting on the bench every game. It doesn't help the player to not be playing matches. So if that's the case, then fine. But I hope there's still a possibility where he can still prove himself at the club. But it
yeah.
hasn't been easy for him. Injuries haven't made it better as well. I want us to quickly go through the statistics and the insights courtesy of FootMob. Obviously we know the goal scorers were Felix 23rd minute, 55th minute, Mujik 49th minute. As I said before, the second half. I think it was the same situation against Liverpool. Jackson scoring a similar minute in the second half. I think that's the case. I don't know what's going on, as I said, but like we seem to score goals, or we're more inclined to score a goal early on in the second half in matches. We've done it, I think, in the game against Gens. I think Neto scored then as well, but like we seem to come out in the second half, and we have that goal scoring energy, and we do score. So yeah, and obviously we know Nkunku scored in the 59th minute, the penalty that Felix would have played a part in. But I want to quickly go through the top stats. Ball possession, nothing really surprising there. 60% for Chelsea, 40% for Panthinaikos. I think I butchered the name again. I'm gonna stop saying it. I'm gonna just say Pana because I generally don't think I'm pronouncing it right. But yeah, expected goals 2.42. Total shots, we had 14 shots on 14 shots in total. So there are 8 shots. We had 9 shots on target. They had 3. 2 big chances according to FootMob. We had 4, and I'm assuming that we scored all 4 of those big chances. Well, correction. According to football, we missed one of them, and that was the same for Pana as well. Accurate passes, 571 passes in total, 92% accurate passes, 349 for Pana, 84% accurate passing there. Fouls committed 8 for Pana, 17 for Chelsea. We had one more corner to theirs, which is 6, and they had 5. And the rest is not necessarily important right now. But looking at this right here, this little shot map right here, in terms of Pana, this right here, I like the format that FootMob have. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but you can see right here the little icons that represent Pana's players, and their the shots that the areas that they took shots from, or they tried to create from. This right here shows. I think you were the one, or Bobby was the one. I don't remember. You can refresh my mind. Where we were saying that we could have gone behind in the first 50 seconds. I think it was you, or was it Bobby? I
Yeah,
don't remember who,
it
but
it was me. Me, Ty. Yeah, it was correct. We could have.
yeah. And this shows it exactly that could have been the case. But we look at Chelsea. We look at the shot map in terms of Chelsea and the situations like regular play and all of that. We see that we were in their box quite a lot. We're close to their box as well, and in terms of converting, we were able to do that. I'm hoping that we can do the same against Newcastle, because if we can, that'd be fantastic for us. But we'll have to see what happens there as well.
Yeah.
All right, so once more, I don't want to be like those content creators that are begging for likes, but come on, man.
Oh, people
Guys,
smash the
there's
likes.
14 of you guys watching. 14 of you watching, and we're still just at 7 likes. Come on, man. We can
What?
get up to
7
14.
likes?
Yeah,
That's
that's what.
poor.
Yeah,
Come
come
on,
on, man.
people, man.
14 of
That's
you guys watching. Come
poor.
on, get the likes up, man. Get the likes up. Come on, come on. We're here, talking. I've been sitting here in the same position for over an hour, and come on, the least you can do is just drop a
Smash the
like.
like, man.
Just
Subscribe
smash
as
the like,
well.
man.
Come
It's
on.
free. It's free. It's not charged. You're not gonna be charged £50, 50 just to like. Come on, it's not expensive. It's pretty cheap. It's free. So you just hit the like button, guys. That's the least you could do. I mean, I'm not a person that likes to ask for likes like that, but it's important. It helps the algorithm
It
to know that
helps.
people
Yeah.
enjoy it, and that we are actually having a conversation here, a discussion on the match. And you know, a win like this is something that we need to celebrate. So let's try to get it pushed to other new people. And the channel is growing. I'm getting closer to 3,000, or rather, I should say, we are getting closer to
Yeah.
3,000 subscribers. So come on, we're getting there slowly but surely. So hit the like button,
Come on.
guys.
Come on, people. I mean, I said it before. I'm not just saying because Ty's here, but this guy's analysts on football players that we sign. I told you guys want to know any background about any players that we sign or anyone that's going to come to us in the future, go to Ty's channel. This guy tells you a whole background of all those players. So help the guy out, guys. Come on, smash the like button, get him to 3K. All right, let's get there. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Come on.
Yeah, I appreciate that. DJ. Guys, so I want to ask you this important question as well, and I want the chat to really be interactive as well in this aspect as well. Do you think that we have an issue in terms of the defensive aspect of the team? I think the goal we conceded, it was similar to what happened against Liverpool. The second goal that we
Yeah.
conceded was due to a lack of concentration.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that is the one thing I'll say, Ty, and I think I said it earlier on. You know, the one thing I'll say what worries me regarding us is we're going to do so well scoring the goals. Sorry about that's what you can hear my wife and my daughter in the background, bro. Sorry about that. Hold on 1 second, bro.
No worries, no worries, no worries. Yeah, as I said before, guys, I want to get your thoughts on until DJ comes back. What do you think about the defensive situation? And I know Jesus is king. Things we need a top center back and goalkeeper to really get to where we need to get to. But what are your thoughts? I think DJ is back. All right, I'll give you about a couple more minutes. But yeah, guys, I want to know your thoughts because I think that it's concerning in that aspect. I think we need to sharpen up, and as DJ was alluding to earlier, we can score goals, but that the defensive part of it may let us down. I think he's back now.
Sorry, Ty, bro. I'm back, man. Sorry about that. Yeah, yeah, I think that's the one thing I said, Ty. I think that's the one thing, bro, that I think that will let us down is we're good scoring goals, going forward. I've always had this worry at the back because look, I think down the line, I think we both know that for me, for Fana and Levi Corwell are going to be the two centre backs. Oh God, sorry, bro.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. So I don't know. Let me know if you guys are sharing the sentiment of what DJ is saying. I do believe that that's the case. We've seen that as well, that Levi Cole and Fofana are the ideal pairing that Maresca has gone with in the Premier League, and in other competition, it seems that that's the case. We can say that I don't know what DJ will say about this as well, but I think Tosin is actually low on the picking order in comparison like a Badashil and
Yeah.
I almost said Benoit and Badashil. A bit Badashil and Disasi. I think Tosin has actually gone down the picking order, and it's kind of ironic because he's supposed to be the most experienced centre back that we have. But yeah,
So sorry,
yeah,
bro. I
I
keep
want to
getting
know you
you.
guys' thoughts, man. Yeah, go
Yeah.
on, DJ.
Yeah, I heard what you just said there, bro. Sorry. Yeah, yeah. Listen, I don't have nothing against Tosin. I think he'll be. I think he's an ideal replacement for probably Disassi and Bada, if he needs to come into that setup. And I think he's proved he can be a. But sometimes you can also see, he also has that lapsy daisy situation. I don't know if you watched the Liverpool game on Sunday, when he pulled down, the. I think it was. Was it? I can't remember. Was it Jota or was it the other one? I can't remember who it was that he pulled down.
Yeah, yeah,
And he
it
could,
was Jota. I think it was Jota. Was it
was it
Jota?
Jota? It was Jota.
Yeah, I think
I think it
it
was
was
Jota.
Jota.
If I can remember in the game, it
Yeah,
was
because I
Jota, I
think that
think.
was yeah.
Yeah,
I think
and
that's
he
what I
and
think
he
that's one of the reasons why he had to be taken off too. Because Jota,
yeah.
I think he landed badly on his foot.
Yeah, and he could have had a red card in that game, but because people were saying what makes that challenge different to Saliba's challenge, because he got sent off as we know, in the game Arsenal lost, and it was almost for a similar thing, and they were saying what makes that challenge different to what to that, so he could have gone in that game, and as I said, sometimes as I said when we're pushing up, as you put it with that defense, when the defense is pushing up too far. Sometimes I just feel they don't have they don't have they can't come back quick enough to stop attacks from happening. And I think that's the one thing I feel that could let us down. And I believe that with when obviously when Levi is in that defense along with Fofana, I think that probably was obviously the better centre back pairing for me. For now, once you get fully fit for Fofana, we all know what this guy is all about. He's actually an immense defender. Okay, and I think eventually when he does become fully fit, and he gets more game time, yeah, him and Corwell are going to be the two going forward, as our centre backs. But Tosin is not a bad replacement, as we said. I'll choose him over Badashili and over Disassi. And I think for me still though, so I still think our defence is still we still need a proper centre back. You know, like someone with experience. You know, like another Thiago Silva type player to sort that defense out. Because I think at the moment, yeah, we are. You know, our goalkeepers for me are not good enough. So at least you always say if your defense let you down, at least your goalkeepers at the back, you know they're going to be the ones to help you out. Because we had this over the years. You all know when we had like Czech and you had Kudachini in the goal. All right, or even I'll even throw Courtois in there as well. You know, if the defense has made a mistake, you can rely on your goalkeeper. Whereas this time round, our defense and our goalkeeper can be suspects. And for me, this is where I feel we need to get someone like a proper centre back, an experienced centre back that can come in and help the defense out. Because don't get me wrong, Levi Corwell for me is going to be the future, as I said. For me, I think he could. I think he's going to be an excellent centre back in the next whatever years to come. Right, but he still for me he needs someone to be alongside him and an experienced defender to be alongside him, and I think that's what we do lack. And I also said it already as well. I think we also need to get another goalkeeper in for me. I'm be interested to see what this 16-year-old is going to do that we've signed from Ghent. You know, the one. I don't know if you've seen that. That the he's not obviously going to come to Chelsea for years to come, but he looks like a good prospect goalkeeper that we're going to have for years to come. I think we signed him from the same team. Oh, yeah, we signed him. I think he reminds you. He used to play for Courtois used to play for the same team as well, didn't he? The Ghent goalkeeper that we signed
Hmm.
recently. Am I right in saying that?
Oh,
Pedersen? Not
I, th-
Pedersen. What's his name?
I think so. Is that the case?
Is it
Um,
Pedersen? People in the chat, remind us who the goalkeepers that we've signed from Ghent. Um, I know he's gone back there,
yeah,
but he's going to be for years our good goalkeeper. He looks good from what they're showing of him anyway on videos, but videos can be deceiving sometimes, bros. You know.
yeah. Mike Penders. Yeah, Mike Penders. Yeah, I think
That's
that's
the
his
one,
name.
Mike Penders.
I generally, yeah, I generally suck at pronouncing these first names. I don't even know if that's how it's pronounced. But yeah, is that was that where Kurswa was? No, that was Gent
Yeah,
and
Ghent.
Genk. Man, it's
Oh, is there two of them? Genk and Ghent. God, I get mixed up.
yeah, Genk. Oh, wait, Genk. Wait, no, we signed him. The one that we signed is from Genk and not Ghent. Oh my word. Oh god, it's Genk. We signed him from Genk and not Ghent. Man,
Genk,
listen,
Genk.
these I don't know. The teams are similar, yeah, but it's Genk. Yeah, it's the same. It's the exact same club. Yeah, that's where Kurzweil was from. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if it's if Jesus is King deliberately typed Tosin's name like this, or if it's autocorrect trying to tell him what he wants to say. But Toxin, wow, that's crazy. But yeah, he's saying that bozo gene. I like to say that a lot of these players have the bozo gene. I think that Banishield does have the bozo gene. You'll have a good game here and there. Wow.
Yeah,
Um, there's
tossing.
an
Yeah.
equalizer. There's an equalizer in the
Oh,
Man United match. That's crazy.
who
Wow.
scored it?
Oh, that's
Oh,
crazy.
okay.
But yeah, I think Tosin has the bozo gene as well. He makes a lot of errors. I mean, I'm not trying to take a dig at the player, but I mean, Fulham went down. So Fulham didn't
Yeah.
really go down, I should say. But they didn't finish the brightest. And their defense wasn't the greatest, but he was the more experience of that. So I think in terms of that, it's a concern, but he could
Uh,
still improve, but it hasn't been the
yeah.
brightest. And as you mentioned before, DJ, I think you said before, Fofana has been playing with injuries, but when he's fit and when he's actually at 100%, he's one of the best centre backs, and you see the reason why we signed him. So he hasn't been the sharpest in all games, but you can see the old Fofana that when he's fit, that's what you get in terms of winning back the ball and all of that. But I think
Yeah.
Tosin is really low on that picking order. I want to quickly discuss this item because it's kind of funny when I saw it on. This is from CLC Daily, and let me see if I can expand it a bit more. So a reporter was saying Chelsea are not a team of the Conference League, but a Champions League team. Maresca said, "Can I ask a question to you? If we're a Champions League club, then why are we playing Conference League?" Oh my word!
So you get
What do you
what I'm
think about
saying,
that,
bro.
DJ?
You know what, bro?
Yeah.
This is one of the things I like about
What
this
do you think
manager
about that, DJ?
because he's right. I mean, look, listen, we've got players that yeah, you can say should be well, they are Champions League players. I mean, look, let's be real here. João Felix. has been a Champions League player for all the teams he's played for. Atletico Madrid, Chelsea before, Barcelona. So yeah, I can see why people are alluding to that. And then you look at Enzo Fernandez, and when he was playing for Benfica, Champions League. You know, you look at who else you looking at? You look at the likes of who else have we got in that team? Mudryk, Shakhtar Donetsk, they always play Champions League football. I get where people are getting this from, why we should be in the Champions League. I mean, Nkunku, as we all know, for Leipzig, always Champions League when he was there. So I get why people are saying what they're saying. And look, obviously I'm gutted we're not in that competition. But in some ways, at the same time, I'm glad we are out of the competition at the moment. We're not in at the moment because these players need to adapt, and I think this competition is just right for them to help out the other players that haven't even had a chance to play in Europe before. So basically, I think for the players in itself and the club, I think where we are now at this moment in time is where we should be. And that's not even going to get my players. I do believe my players are Champions League ilk, but at the moment, where we are now in our journey is where we should be at the moment. I don't know what your take is on that, bro.
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying is exactly, funny enough, the item I have up right now. That's it's similar to what you were saying. That's what Maresca would have said to follow up that statement. He said, "If we play conference, and it's because in this moment we belong to the conference." Oh my word! If next year or 2 years we play Champions League, then it is because we deserve to play Champions League, which is 100% true. I mean, we can't just pretend as if, yes, because we've won the Champions League 2 times, and we've been in the Champions League a lot of the times in the past 2 decades, but you can't pretend as if, oh, because of that we haven't been poor. We were poor. We finished 12th and we finished 6th, so we have to accept that that is where we belong right now. And I know lots of fans aren't happy to say that. They like to try to maneuver around that statement because they think it's an insult, but it's the truth. We've actually digressed in that sense. We've not been the same team. We finished poorly, and in our 2 seasons ago and last season we finished sixth. So that's a step up, but we're still not there. I mean, people say we could have gotten Champions League and we just about missed out on Europa League. In terms of dropping points against certain oppositions, dropping vital 4 points. But at the same time, we are where we belong to be because of how we perform. And if you don't perform well, you can't expect to be higher in the table. So it's just the fact that, and as you said, I agree with what Maresca is saying, because he's speaking the honest truth. Well, the truth has to be honest, so that's kind of redundant. But he's speaking the brutal honest with brutal honesty, and I think that's the case. But I don't know, maybe he's taking a dig at the other managers that we've had in the past by saying that. But yeah, it's where we belong right now. So yeah.
Look, if you think about it, if you want to look at it from another point of view angle, bro, that team that won the Champions League in 2021, apart from Reece James and Ben Chilwell, no one else has survived from that team. Everyone has been sold on or gone. This is why we are where we are now in our journey. And look, it pains me to see where we are in terms of not being in the Champions League, because obviously that's where I want to see my club be. Competing for every year, competing for the Champions League, competing for the major trophies and honours, which is where we should be, because that's what Chelsea Football Club is all about. Yeah, but at the same time, if we're being realists to ourselves, and since these owners have come in, they've gone down a different direction that most of us fans did not like, and you've got some fans that wanted it, some fans that did not like it. Okay, for me, how I felt about it all, because of what we were buying. Because they were just buying ready. They wanted to buy a place for the future, and for the future, it doesn't work out for the future. They're going to get sold on for a major profit. Yeah, that's how it works with these guys. Yeah, and this is why I can't say at this moment in time why I feel where we are now in our journey now, and what these owners have now put into it. I'm now obviously now we're now seeing. But man, all it needed was to get a proper coaching to come and coach these kind of players that these youth players that we bought, that these owners have bought. And as I said, I'm still not for these owners. So if anyone wants to come and say, "Oh, you've changed your mind on the owners," no, I haven't. Yeah, but I'm starting to see the way my team is playing and where my club is playing, my players are playing, and all I care about is my club and my players. And where I'm seeing where we are now at this moment in time, I'm very proud to be a Chelsea fan. But I'm not taking. I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm not. getting too far ahead of myself, because I know where we are at this moment in time. And if we can finish top four come the end of the season, I'll be happy. If we go even further than that, that'll be a bonus, bro. But if we can end up winning this competition and maybe a domestic cup, I'll be very happy and try and finish in that top four. I'll be very happy as a Chelsea fan. But even if we just win one trophy and finish in the top four, I'll be happy. Because that's where we are at this moment in time in our journey, bro.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe. Oh, DJ ensure that he put that disclaimer in. He's still not for the owners. Oh my god. Oh,
No,
big up
bro.
to you,
Sorry,
Mary. Big
sorry,
up
bro.
to you. Yeah, big up, big up, big up. I know it's I understand. I mean, it's like, well, I don't want to use this, but who I am. I like to use these analogies sometimes. It's like if you're in a relationship and your partner they cheated on you, and you say let's try to work things out, and you're trying to build that trust. He's going to take time for you to trust, and we've not
Yeah.
seen enough from them to say that we won't have the same issues
That.
of making the wrong acquisitions. So it's going to take time. So I don't blame you,
Yeah.
but I just find it funny that he
No,
inserted
bro.
that disclaimer right in it.
You know me, bro. You know how I am in it. Yeah. So, like,
Yeah.
listen, look. I don't. As I said, I've said it all along, and so far, maybe I've said I've seen all the anyone that's watched me on streams would know and see when I've gone when I've gone onto your channel and Coachilla's channels and also what's his name Knee's channel, right? I've always turned around and said, prove me wrong. All these owners need to do is prove me wrong. That's all I've said, bro. Yeah, as you know, I'm old school Chelsea, bro. Yeah, and that's why all I want to do is see success for my football club. That's all I care about is my club. Yeah, and at the end of the day, okay, I want to see us go back to the top, but I know it's going to take some time. But it's the way they were starting this journey is what I didn't agree with. But now I'm starting to see some things starting to fold now. Do you know what I mean? Things are happening. Yeah, and it just needed the right coach to come in and coach these players, and and they started that well. I mean, we started the season well. I'm not taking that away, and I think we're going to have a very good season this season, bro. I really do. Um, I'm obviously gutted we didn't get Osimhen in the summer. I'm not going to lie to you because he's one guy I wanted to see at the football club. We never got him, but hey, the players are doing really, really well, and you know what? I'm happy about that, and long may it continue, bro.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Right, I want us to go through this item. I want to get your thoughts on Renato Vieira, because this is the first time in a long time that I've really having a chance to discuss, any match or any player with you. So I'm gonna read what Maresca would have said about Renato Vieira at centre back. And this is what he had to say. Renato, I just said to him inside the changing room, he has played as a centre back, full back, holding midfielder, attacking midfielder. I said the reason why what? I said the reason why I loved. Hold on, I think there's some typo there. I don't think that really makes sense. I said the reason why I love Chelsea is because many players can be versatile. It is better for the team and for the players. Today, if you just play one position, I don't think it's enough. You need to learn to play more positions. So what do you think about this, DJ? What do you think about Renato's performance, and what do you think about Maresca speaking about versatility?
Yeah, listen, Renato Vega, bro. I mean, look, I think he's a good, he's a good signing. I saw enough of him for Basel when they got him from there to say, yeah, what they were signing. I mean, we were talking about everyone was gutted that we missed out on Calafiori, sorry, we missed out on him. But this guy we got him for cheaper the price, and this guy's more versatile. And if you look at how old he is, bro, look how look how tall the guy is. Look how tall he is, mate. That guy can either play centre back, he can play as the midfield, or he can play any of the fullback positions, right? And going forward, he can offer something going forward as well. And he's good in the air. So especially when it comes to especially when it comes to set pieces, yeah, the guy's always going to be there to cause problems or mayhem in mayhem either if he's clearing the ball from the penalty area or if he's going to go and score a header or whatever it might be. I think he's a good player, mate. It's good to have versatility in the team. I think who used to be very much. I think Jose used to be very much like that on versatility. He used to put players in positions that were anomalous to them, but made them better players. And if Maresca's trying to do the same thing as Jose was doing back in the day when we were winning things obviously under Jose, right? He was doing the same thing where he moved Mikel Obi, who was an attacking midfielder, but he decided to make him into a holding midfielder, and we all know how he turned out to be. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
this manager's obviously doing the same thing, bro. And at the end, if he thinks Vega can do that, and look, the good thing about Vega is he's young. I think for him, he'll just be happy to be playing. I think there is a position for him in that team. I think he probably will eventually probably will play as one. I think he probably will eventually play as a left back, eventually. But he's still got that option. We've still got him as an option to play him in that midfield should we need it for certain games. Like for example, I mean, I thought honestly thought he was going to start the Liverpool match because obviously we had Cucurella suspended for that game. He opted not to obviously play him in that game. All right, but when he did come on, I thought he'd done pretty well. I think obviously I know Salah got the best of him on a few occasions, but at the same time he also came on and didn't Salah at some point sometimes couldn't always get past him. Sometimes as well. So yeah, I think he can, he's a good acquisition to the team, and I think he'll do really well for us. I think fans have just got to be patient with him. That's all.
Yeah, I agree with you. 100% agree with you. But yeah, you mentioned kind of Fury. I was disappointed if I'm being honest because I made a video. And
Yeah, I remember that
you
video.
mentioned
Yeah,
most people, yeah, most people know that I make lots of player profile videos, and I mean it's good. I
yeah,
mean it was good for Arsenal fans because I took the opportunity because I didn't mention Chelsea as the theme of it. I just mentioned the player. I just
yeah.
changed it to Arsenal. So Arsenal
Okay.
fans started subscribing to my channel because I did the analysis video on him, so they were able to get to know
Yeah,
the player better. But yeah, I mean, Vega has not made me miss the fact that we would inside Calafiori because I think he's injured right now. So I mean, it worked out for us in the end. In terms, well, I'm
yeah.
not saying it's good that he's injured. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying that in terms of availability, would he have been available for us? I'm not sure, but in terms of the versatility, and as Maresca
Mm,
said, Vega can play as a holding midfielder. That's what I knew him as, especially and a centre back. Fullback was something that I didn't expect him to really play so quickly in terms of his Chelsea career because he's very young, as you
mm,
mentioned. He's still young, and
yeah.
he's Portuguese, so I know that you're gonna love the player as well, BJ. So
Oh, bro, yeah, that's the small part that plays in it. Yeah, that he's. I mean, look, we've got three Portuguese players in our setup, man. I'm so happy about that.
yeah,
Neto, Felix, and Vega. And
yeah.
there's a possibility we might be adding another one to the squad in the summer if it's true that if it's all but true I'm
Mm.
hearing. And then Theo from has been mentioned as a centre back from as well. I don't know if you've heard about that rumor.
Yeah, I've heard about it. There's some reports from some sources. Sometimes people don't
Yeah,
really believe
yeah,
them. But I've
yeah.
seen it. Yeah,
I don't think Benfica will sell him personally, but he's gonna be a very good centre back. He's a very good centre back now. But yeah, anyway, I won't talk about that now, bro. But we'll talk about this. So yeah, but yeah, very good player, Vega, very good player. I mean, I don't want to say good player, but fans just need to be patient with him because I can see the fan base at a certain point if he has a bad game, I could see them switching. And I keep saying to you, I'm not saying because of the Portuguese factor. I say it with any of the younger players in general, just give them their time because they need their support. And and Vega is for me, he will be a good player for us for the future.
yeah. And Jesus is King is saying this as well. He is saying that I'm glad we got Vega over Calafiori, which is, yeah, I mean, it works out in the end in terms of availability so far. Vega has been more available in terms of the two centre backs or players. But yeah, Vega still has some way to go. I think sometimes the way that he tackles, he can be a bit
Yeah.
rash, and if he tackles the player wrong way, he may get sent off, and I think that's one of my concerns. But yeah,
Yeah.
he's been promising so far in terms of versatility. He's a good competitor to Kukurea. So I think in terms of that, it'll be interesting to see what
Do,
happens
do you know
in
what
that
else he's got in his
aspect.
locker?
But
Do you know what else he's got in his locker, Ty?
I think I
Guess
know
what
you're
else he's got
talking
in his
about, but
locker?
I'm gonna let you say it.
He's wicked at free kicks, bro. The man can
Yeah.
hit free kicks, brother. I don't know if you saw that. I don't know if you saw the video that was going around on X. I think it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I can't remember who put it out, and they were showing him, and yeah, it's true. The guy, he is good at free kicks, bro. So he's another. That's another option to have him if he's on the forward. It's another option. Okay, that's another option as well. So yeah, that's a good thing. If we need another set piece taker, he's your guy.
Yeah, yeah. I think people are saying that he's like a Marcus Alonso, because we know that Alonso was one of the best free kick takers, arguably the best that we've had, since players like Lampard, and Drogba was able to take a good free kick at times. Willian, was in the picture as well. But I think Alonso is one of the ones that he was favored a lot in terms of when he took free kicks. He didn't take it a lot in the latter stages of his time there, but when he took it, especially on the Nkunku, for example, he was good. So I think it's good. I hope he gets that chance to take a good free kick, because we have players like Cole Palmer who can score a free kick. We saw that quite recently. Enzo Fernandez is another one that he can do something here and there. And Nkunku, I think, can do something. Felix, I think we have options there. So I don't think we're short on free kick takers at the moment. But yeah, he's been a good acquisition so far. I hope he continues to develop well, and I'm hoping that no injury comes in. Hope I did not just set that in stone and then it happens. But gosh, hope that doesn't happen. But yeah, I want us to quickly discuss this important individual who unfortunately he's not a part of the club currently, but I think in terms of the time it is in the UK, it still probably would be his birthday. But I'm talking about the one and only Roman Abramovich. It's
Abramovich. Oh mate, happy
yeah,
remember, yeah, happy birthday to
yeah,
him. The best owner in the world, bro. The best owner in the world. I don't care what anyone says.
yeah, yeah. Marina Granovskaya wishing Roman Abramovich a happy birthday, and this is the Instagram post she put out. It says, considering how many messages sent to this page refer to Roman, I thought it would be right to wish him a very happy birthday on here. You never know, he might be reading. Roman was a big part of my life from 19. Oh, this seems very emotional to read now. My word, gosh,
Yeah.
until 2022, and I know he touched the lives of many of you. So I have a feeling there will be many congratulatory messages under here. Happy birthday, Roman. And you can see John Terry, join in the wishing of happy birthday. And he's called him boss. He said, happy birthday, boss. The best owner, sharing the same sentiment that he just said a couple seconds ago. And an incredibly kind man who loves Chelsea and made us what we are today, which is 100% true. I mean, there's not many owners that would have done what he did. I know Bobby. If Bobby was here, I know that he would give a very good soliloquy of what Roman was as an owner. I know you can do the same as well, because you're a part of that that era of before him. So you be able to recognize I'm young, which is not surprising. Everybody here is supposed to know that I'm young. You can see that I'm young. So the only era that I would really know, barring this current era, is the Roman era. So, but I have to
Yeah, bro.
say, looking back over the years, yeah, and especially the fact of thinking about the debt, the fact that he got nothing out of it in terms of financially in the end, because the whole situation, I don't really want to get into that, but
Yeah.
the fact that he said forget about that, the debt that that is owed. And not many owners would have done that, especially when it's a case where I might have to start mentioning it. I didn't want to mention it, but I'm not going to go in full
Yeah.
length. But especially when the government is really fighting against you in that sense, and
Yeah.
that the fact that he could have used it as an opportunity to say that, okay, fine, you need to give me back this. No, he showed that he was Chelsea true and sure, that he's a true blue, because he said forget about that. And even right now, I think there were some reports that it still hasn't been sorted out in terms of going to where it should be going. um, but yeah, he was one of the greatest owners, or he is the greatest owner. I'm going to say that. I don't think any owner comes close to what he has done. I mean, people say Manchester City, but even then, I don't know. I don't think there's any owner that can compete with what
Yeah.
Roman would have done for Chelsea. I think the stats is what, 19 trophies in 20 years, or 20 trophies in 20 years. I don't remember.
Yeah. Nah, bro, listen, everything you've just said there, mate, 100%. I just want to also allude to a couple of things regarding the Abramovich era before I talk about the Abramovich era. Those who don't know about Chelsea Football Club and the history of the club, don't think, obviously, a lot of you probably would have grown up with Roman being the owner, and that's where a lot of you saw our success stories under him. Just want to tell you guys that we actually won things long before Roman bought the football club. So, we did win some FA Cups. We won some Carling Cups. We won the Cup Winners' Cup, and we also won a Super Cup before Roman bought us. And that's not been mentioned enough because everyone keeps on as much as Roman obviously came in. Obviously, I keep saying it against the best owner in the world for me came in. He just took our club to another level. Yeah, we went to another level with him with the money obviously invested into the football club, with the players that we bought, with the managers that we sent, that the manager that he brought in Jose Mourinho and a winner after Claudio Ranieri, who got us into third spot, I do believe, under Roman in his first season of being owner of the football club. And also, we realised that we could have gone into liquidation before Roman bought the football club. We were not far away from that. It was a game against Liverpool that actually entitled that we didn't, and we had to finish in a Champions League spot, which is what we did to get that Champions League football money coming in, that revenue coming in. And then obviously then Roman bought the football club the next day, as everyone knows. But anyone that comes and tells you that, any fan out there, rival fan that comes and tells you guys, oh, well, your club's only successful under the Roman, so not many people, because obviously they probably don't know themselves, but people will tell you, if you look on the history of the football club, we won trophies long before Roman bought us. We made our own little history as well. We were the last club to win at the old Wembley Stadium. If anyone knows about the old Wembley Stadium in England, those who've not been at the old Wembley Stadium, we were the last club to win a cup competition there, and then we were the first club to win at the new Wembley Stadium when it opened up. When we beat Manchester United 1-0 in I do believe, I think it was in a Community Shield, and Drogba scored that goal. So anyone that did not know that, but anyone that comes and tells you that our club was nothing before Roman, don't believe it. But going on to Roman, the man himself, yeah, 100%. The guy took us to levels. Obviously, with the most successful trophies won under his ownership. And that's never going to change, bro. Even with these new owners that are coming in, that have come into the football club, I don't think we'll win trophies, but I don't think we'll win as many as we did under Roman era. That's because we all know Roman loved Chelsea. It wasn't all about the money for him. It was all about putting the money in to buy the players that we wanted and taking us to those levels that we needed to go to. And we all know what happened and why he had to leave Chelsea. It wasn't with his own back; it's because of what was going on. And I don't want to mention political things here, but we all know why he had to go and what the government did to him here in England. So he had no choice but to go. And he paid off that debt. Not many people want to talk about the 1.5 million debt that he paid off. Everyone says he didn't do it. He did pay that debt off that he was owed before he left, before he put the football club into these new owners' hands. And not many people want to talk about that enough. So, you know, people need to know that and learn that and realize that, yes, Roman, yes, obviously we were under him, one of the most successful years ever in a football club, but we were also successful before Roman bought us. But happy birthday to the big man himself. Wonderful owner,
Yeah,
best owner in the world.
100%. Yeah, 100%. And it's unfortunate, as we said, but this statement right here, even adds, it's kind of adding salt to the wound because when the whole situation happened, I did a stream and I was very emotional, reading the statement. And this is a section, I think the latter part of the statement that he would have made, in 2022. He said, "I hope
By
that I'll
right,
be
he
able
should
to
be
visit
allowed.
Stamford Bridge." Yeah.
Yep.
Said, "I hope that I'll be able to visit the Stamford Bridge one last time to say goodbye to all of you. It's been a privilege. Well, it probably won't be goodbye. No, it'll probably be welcome or hello or just greetings. But it's been a privilege of a lifetime to be part of Chelsea, and I'm proud of all our joint achievements. Chelsea and its supporters will always be in my heart." It's very emotional, to think about because the
Yep.
circumstance was completely different. But I always say that the narrative was beautiful. The final trophy that would have evaded us for so long, it was the final trophy of the Roman era. So
Yep.
it's still beautiful. The ending was beautiful. It was the last trophy that we're in the Conference League now. But in terms of all the trophies at that time, we just need to win the Club World Cup, and we did. And then unfortunately,
Yep.
I think a month later, everything happened. So
Yep.
it probably was for the best. But yeah, as DJ said, with these new owners they have a lot of they have big shoes to fill, and I don't think they'll ever be able to. I don't think any owner will be able to do what he did. I don't think it's common these days to find owners who are not going to look at a club that they acquire as being a business. I think the current owners think of it as just being business because I mean they're
Yep.
businessmen. And
Yep.
Roman is that as well, but he didn't operate as if it was a business. He operated as if he was a fan, and he was a fan. I like that fan who was willing to give everything for the club. So you can never
100%, bro.
discredit that. You can never replace him. He as Pep was made famous. We can never replace him. We can never replace him.
100%, bro. And sometimes when I go on some streams, I hear some fans, that moan about him, and it gets to me, and it does get to me because some of these fans don't know or wouldn't know or supported the club long enough to know what Roman had done for our club. And what I don't like is sometimes you go into some streams, right? Yeah, and you're hearing moaning some fans on either in the panel or on the street or in the comment section complaining about Roman Abramovich. Any Chelsea fan that complains about Roman Abramovich, you are not proper Chelsea. Let me put that one out there to you guys right now. You are not proper Chelsea fans. Yeah. Anyone that complains about Roman Abramovich. And that's just bare facts. Yeah. You are not a proper Chelsea fan. Yeah. Because if you were a proper Chelsea fan, you would not be complaining about what this guy done for us what this guy did for us when he came to the club. Yeah, and then other owners, other people then tried to go and buy football. He was the one that actually started the thing of buying football clubs. Then you saw Man City being bought out. You saw another club being bought out and everything. He's the one who started it all. Yeah. And people can go on about the billions and pounds, whatever people want to talk about that he spent and Chelsea, this and that with the bill. Look, let me tell you guys this right now. Liverpool started this all in the 80s and the 90s. Yeah, and anyone that doesn't know this, yeah, go and look up Liverpool and their history, and you'll know who they were owned by who were they owned by in the 80s and the 90s, who owned them, and who started all this buying of players. Yes, it was back then known as millions, not billions, but they bought players. I mean, they were buying players to go and win leagues every season. It wasn't all about all their players coming through their youth ranks. And I'm talking about the likes of John Barnes. I'm talking about the likes of John Aldridge. I'm talking about the likes of Ronnie Rosenthal. I'm talking about the likes of Mark Walters, David James. All those players of Liverpool's ilk and history, those players were bought as well to make them better. Obviously to take them where they wanted to go, but they were still buying players. So when Liverpool fans come on to Chelsea fans about, oh, you spent all this money, da 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 da, you guys started this back in the 80s and the 90s. It's just when Roman came into Chelsea, he went to other levels. He went to other levels. That's all it was. But Liverpool were known for that back then in times. And so Arsenal did it, Manchester United did it as well. So when people say that, it's all on Chelsea, no, it's not, because it all goes back to the 80s, as I said, the 90s, where Liverpool started this all off. Roman just came in when he came in and took us to other heights. Simple as that. It's facts.
Yeah, thanks for that, DJ. I mean, it's important. And, a lot of rival fans, they will see those things, and you'll have people that will subscribe to that view and that opinion. But I mean, I mean, not many, not many of those clubs that complain consider their owners have done that. And I mean, it's not like he did anything. Well, at least I don't think he did anything illegal by doing what he was doing. So I don't I don't see the problem with what he was doing, but it is what it is. I mean, they can hate, but they can't take away the trophies that were won. And as you mentioned, we did win trophies before Roman. We won. Yes, there was
Yep.
gaps between it, but yeah, we won things, and we did historical things. You mentioned about the old Wembley Stadium and the new Wembley Stadiums. Those things are written in history. You can't take that away from Chelsea. So
Yep.
whatever they want to say, they can talk. People will always talk as they say, but yeah, I just want to quickly go back to just zoom in on
Yep.
this thumbnail as well. This moment between Mudrik
Yeah.
and
That
Maresca.
was
You
a
can
nice
see how
start.
happy he was, man.
Yep. 100%, bro. 100%. And that's what he needs. And I said it already, Ty. I think I've gone on your stream, said it before. Modric is one of those kind of players that needs a shoulder on him, an arm around him, a manager that's gonna tell him even if you do wrong, not to worry. Yeah, you'll get another chance. Just go and do your stuff. Don't overthink. Just play your normal game. you play your normal game here, you'll be the player that you were, or the player that we all know you were at Shakhtar Donetsk, because there is a talent in him. Whether people like to accept and laugh at him and take the mockery out of him, whatever they want to do, there is a talented player in that. There's a talented boy in that in Modric, and I feel I hope to God it works out for him at Chelsea. A lot of people are saying, oh, he could go in January. I don't believe that for a second. I don't know where that's even coming from. Apparently, Maresca's come out and said that he doesn't have the brain capacity to do what I want him to do. I don't believe that for a second when you're seeing things like this. So when people come out with their little comments, again, it's just the haters out there that are reporting nonsense. And some of the fans, unfortunately, are believing it, but don't believe it because I don't think Modric will go anywhere in January. And we can see it here, that goal he did from how it done his confidence today. Because I thought he was, as I said it today, I thought he was actually one of our better players on the pitch today. Along with the likes of, as I said, along with the likes of Felix, I thought Enzo Fernandez had an excellent game today. I thought he came into his own today. I thought, obviously Neto, and then George impressed me as well when he came on. Obviously Vega had his spits. I mean, I thought the whole team did okay in general, but Modric for me, I thought stood out a lot today because things are going through him today a lot when the goals are going. I think he set up, as I said, didn't he not set up two of the chances? And he also scored one himself as well, didn't he?
Yeah, that's true. He was important in Felix goals. But big up to you, Victor. Thank you for coming in. He's saying big up DJ and Ty. Happy we won. Gutted we conceded how we did, but good to win. It's good. It's good to have won. Yeah, it was good to win. But yeah, and as you mentioned, I mean, if people are saying that that's what Maresca said, it's kind of surprising. He looks very happy for Modric here. So to say that Modric can't do what he wants him to do, that'd be crazy. But he looks very happy. You can't fake those emotions, and he looks very happy here. So I don't know about that, but haters are gonna, they're gonna try to come up with things. They're gonna propagate things and try to divide the fan base in that way. But I wouldn't buy that for a second because Maresca looks very happy here, and he looked even happy for the goals that Modric scored in comparison to, I think, was it you that said that or somebody else in the chat that the goals Felix scored? I remember somebody saying that he looked more happy.
Yeah, I mean he did, bro, and look, are we talking about João Felix or Modric? Modric.
Actually, both. I was talking about Felix in the end.
Yeah, look, people have been saying about Felix he's not a happy chappy because he's not getting the game time, as much game time as he likes. But he knew when he came to Chelsea that it wasn't going to be a walk into the team. He knew what he was joining. And let's be real here, what annoys me, Ty, right, is people will not do not want to report news that is true. And one of the things that Felix always said, even before he left Chelsea to move on, he never wanted to leave Chelsea. When he came to us in the very, very beginning on his loan, he said he wanted to make the deal permanent. Yeah, and that was it. And people were saying, "Oh, yeah, no, Felix is now, we don't want him. He doesn't want to stay here." He always wanted to stay at Chelsea, right? It's just that Pochettino did not want him and didn't think he'd be the kind of player that would fit in his plans. Right, but Felix could have gone anywhere else he wanted to. He had other clubs. I mean, Aston Villa for good sake chasing him, bro. Yeah. Now, say whatever you want to say about Aston Villa, bruv. Yeah, but they're in the Champions League. He could have easily gone to Aston Villa if he wanted to, but he did not want to go there. His choice was always to come home, and he calls Chelsea home now, right? He wanted to come. He wanted to find that club, all right, where he feels at home, and he felt that at Chelsea when he first joined us, and now he's come back to the club where he's now calling it home again for him. And but he also knew when he was coming in, he knew what he was coming into. It wasn't going to be, oh, you're going to walk straight into the team, Joe. You're going to have to work like everyone else does. You're going to get your game time because we've got four competitions this season, right? Okay. And then you've got also not forgetting the Club World Cup come the end of the. I think that's actually been turned off now, isn't it? They've stopped that now, haven't they? For the they're supposed to be playing the World Club tournament, aren't they? After the season's over, Ty, is that right?
So you said the Club World Cup.
Yeah, remember all the clubs, those who have won it are going to be going into this competition in the summer.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they stopped that. I thought they said they put a hold on it. Anyway, going off subject. Sorry, bro. But yeah, I mean, look, for me, look, he's home, and I hope people will start reporting the right news and saying, yeah, this is where he feels he's at home, and yeah, he looked very happy today. But as I said, for me, he still needs to get. I mean, he needs to still work. Bijao Felix, to be honest, if he wants to get anywhere near the first team, still for the Premiership games, and I think he's going to do that. I just hope the players can stay patient enough, because as I said, there's a lot of game time to go around, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I think we can wrap up after this last item here. This is what Michael Mujic had to say about his goal. He said, "I'm happy with the game, the scoreline, and the goal I scored. The depth of Chelsea's squad is really big, and it is a plus. I do not want to make prediction, but Chelsea are always aiming for the biggest results in tournaments they take part in." So yeah, this is solid from to hear from Mujik, and I mean he looks like he's gaining more confidence. I don't know if you saw that moment where he looked like he was shouting at somebody. He was all over X, like he was shouting some part in the game. I don't know who he was shouting at, but he looked like
Yeah,
he's gaining more confidence the way he's moving as well.
I think he was shouting at Neto, I think, bro. For or for something or another. Or Neto, no, I think Neto shouted at him because what he did, I don't know if you remember, he was in the box at one point and he didn't pass the ball, and I think Neto said something to him, and I think he was having a disagree. I think it was Neto that was having a go at him. But that was it. It was, but again, I like the way the commentator made something of it, but he didn't really make anything major of it. But I've seen already on some of the X pages that our players are not happy. I mean, what, players are not allowed to shout at their teammates anymore, bro? Is that what you're trying to tell me now? The players have a go at each other. Oh, all of a sudden, yeah, you know what? It's all not well at Chelsea. I mean, God, mate. I mean, some of the nonsense that gets written by people on X is unbelievable, bro. Honestly. But yeah, it was a disagreement. Yeah, he wasn't happy about a pass, Neto, or something like that when he shot. Yeah, I think he shot rather than pass. And I think Neto said you could have easy passed the ball to me, but he didn't. So that was all it was, bro, from what I understand, or what I saw.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So I said this would be the last item, but I'm gonna quickly discuss this, and I promise that this will be the last item. This just to go into the coach of Pana would have said Diego Alonso. That's kind of I don't know why I almost said Diego Costa, but Diego Alonso is saying we played a very good first half, especially the first 20 minutes. We committed a single error in the first half, and Chelsea took advantage. In the second half, we lost control of the game and our concentration, and they managed to take advantage of it. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it earlier. We could have conceded in the first minute because they really called Jurgensen into action. He had to make a good stop, and he made a good stop.
Mm.
But yeah, I think as Bobby, was it Bobby? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, listen, I'm having poor memory right now, but the whole
What's that, bro?
situation in terms of commanding your box and coming out to clean the
Yes.
ball. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's something that is a somewhat of a weakness. I mean, I don't wanna. I mean, it's my
Yeah.
channel that can promote this, but you guys should
Yeah.
always check out that video that I made about Sanchez versus Jurgensen, their
Yes,
weaknesses
I saw it,
and
bro.
who should
I
be the
saw it. I saw it.
yeah yeah, who should
I
be the
saw it, bro.
first choice? And I spoke
Yeah.
about that being one of the weaknesses of Jurgensen, where he doesn't command his box. He'll come out when the ball is there, but he doesn't really do that. I don't know if it's a case where he's not confident, but Sanchez definitely has confidence to do that. He always comes out and he slides in and he's like a super keeper. He does do that. I don't think Jurgensen is like that. I mean, Jurgensen is still very young, so at the same time,
Yeah.
he'll come with time. He can't really fall in. He's 22 years old. He's still very young, so it's gonna probably take him time to really, get to that level. But I mean, there's positive sides with Jorgensen, and as you said, and I think as Bobby would have said, I
Yeah.
don't really think that there. I don't really think he's the level that we need if you want to really compete for the top
Yeah.
of the top trophies. I think like
Yeah.
cup competitions, like what he's playing now, he probably may be able to do that, but I'm not sure about like Premier League. I don't think he's ready yet. We need someone
Nah.
that's more, as Bobby would say, well rehearsed.
Nah, Brian, 100. And I'll be honest with you, but I don't think Sanchez is the answer either, mate. I'm not going to lie to you, but I mean, as
Yeah,
I said, I was at the Anfield game. I was at the game on Sunday, right? And that foul he did on on the one we gave a penalty to eventually. I mean, the guy comes out of his box like no, and if he doesn't either do a mistake like that, his kicking is so poor. Yeah, when he throws the ball out, he always 9 out of 10 times he's going to find the opposition player, not a Chelsea player. The only one time I liked him in that game, I think if you remember, if you watched the Liverpool game, bro, do you know that one time he done a 60-yard big pot, he done what I call a Frank Leboeuf, Marcel Desailly pass when he kicked the ball from his area and he got it into the other half, and I can't remember who was running onto it. I think it was who was the one that was on that wing? It was who picked up the ball. I think it was Palmer, or it might have been Palmer, or was it who was the other one? Was it Jackson? I can't remember who it was. And the guy couldn't. The guy took the ball too much, and I think they cleared the ball afterwards. But in that way, I give him his props. Anyone you want, if you want to find someone who was going to kick a 60-yard pass to find one of your players like that, then Sanchez is a good ball in that kind of like way, yeah, because he's passing in that way. He's good from long distance. But however, when it comes to the basics, mate, I just feel sometimes he just fails. He wrong, 9 out of 10. He's if you look at the way his feeding is as well, mate. He can't stay on his feet. He either drops to the floor. His kicking of the ball is poor. I mean, look, as I said it already, yeah, he's better than what we. I mean, I say he's probably better than Jorgensen at this moment in time, and he's probably what we're going to go with anyway. But I said it already. If we want to get to that promised land, if we want to end up winning a title, as I keep saying, if you remember, bro, in the Jose era when we were winning titles, even though you didn't have Petr Cech in the goal, you could always rely on your number two. And who was your number two? Carlo Cudicini, right? He would come in and do a job. I just think we need a number two. If you're going to keep Sanchez as your number one, fair enough. But then at least go and buy an experienced number two to come in and do a job there. Should he not be available? Should Sanchez not be starting games? And I just think that's where our downfall could be. Only if we were to make it, if we were to go for the top honors. This is why I was saying to ourselves right here. Why I'm saying to myself, we are not ready to challenge for the Premiership title because of things like that. There's always lapses in the mistakes, either from the defence or it's from the goalkeeper. And until we get a proper experienced centre back in and a proper goalkeeper in, we will suffer. We will fall short in that way. But this team is still good enough, as I said, to finish top four and to go and win a domestic trophy or this cup or this European trophy that we're in. So we're still good enough for that. But yeah, I mean, I have to say both goalkeepers do worry me in that kind of like way, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. And please forgive me, guys. I mean, I said the last item before this would be the last one, but I have to
That's
mention
right,
this.
bruv.
Come on. Yeah, but this is it. We've won this case. Let me see. This is 6 W's here from the Chelsea FC page. www. And then there's an emoji with glasses with shades on, and it says we've won each of our last 6 group stage matches in the European competition for the first time in our history. So that's I think that's
another record.
And it's a good record as well. So let's put us back onto the left side. DJ Bob was panel that gets which start. Thank you, came in the latter stages. Big up to you, Victor. Ray was also here. Jesus is King with the excellent name of this last item being I'm glad we got Vega over Calafiori. Mary was here. Who was here as well? I'm gonna see what coach says. Everybody who was here, I won't be able to remember everybody's name. I'm only a human being. I'm still very young.
Yeah.
I have a lot to think about. So yeah, but I have to say big up to Irvin as well. Big up to Owen and everybody who was here. I want to show appreciation to you guys, and I'm gonna quickly say this as well. Go give DJ a follow. I know DJ is probably somebody like that who will really ask for followers, but you have to follow DJ. He's a excellent panelist to have, excellent guest, and excellent friend as well. So give him a follow as well.
Thank you, much appreciated. Same to you, bruv.
Yeah. Big up to you guys, and I hope you guys, enjoy the rest of, well, it's probably late for some people in the UK, day, night, whatever it is for you guys. And, we'll see you again in another edition of Chelsea Sessions. Thanks once more for watching, guys. Peace. And by the way, DJ, I want to talk to you backstage, so just give me a couple of minutes after this.
No worries.
But
Peace
peace,
out, everyone.
guys.
And smash the like and subscribe to the channel.